All right. Star Toomey in the flesh. Why should people listen to this episode of Pod Friends featuring you?
Well, number one, if you wanna cry, but, like, no, we're keeping it real, we're keeping it a stack, but also we're really, like, embracing each other. Like, this is love right now, this is genuine,
Mm,
this is real, like, it's real, and I'm not saying everyone else isn't real, but, like, this is real, uncut, raw, and it's
mm,
because of how the space that you gave me, the safe place that you gave me, but not even just that, like, from when you reached out before, I'm like, "Huh, show love." Survivor just like, "Yeah," and then it's
yeah.
like, I love showing love because I've gotten the love. Survivor gave me love, and the community is full of love. Like I said, I'm a person too. Fan first, Survivor second, and it's the truth. Like that's why it's the people who see me because like I'm a true. It can be you
Yeah.
literally because it doesn't matter where you came from. At all. If you believe in yourself, that's all that matters. And I feel like hearing my story because a lot of people don't know my story. They
Yeah.
don't know why I'm wild and crazy in this, or they don't know why the way you see me smiling, even in my lowest moments, it's because of everything I've been through. It's because it took me my smile was gone for so long, and here we are. So
Mm,
it's for the people who need that uplifting to let them know, baby, the grass is green. Baby, that tunnel it's not the light is there. What is
yeah.
it? The leprechaun, uh, the, uh,
Well,
the rainbow, like, we tasting a rainbow over here. Like, there's hope. Even when I talk to my
yeah.
even listening back when I do listen back or even then too,
Oh,
the things that I'm saying is because I'm saying it to myself as well.
yeah.
Like, the pep talk, I'm talking to myself too because if you mean what you say, like, I mean what I say. Sometimes I don't believe in myself.
Yeah.
We all go through those little moments, but that's what makes it even more important to show that love to people who can't get out of that hole. Damn, we better start crying again.
Oh, no, I have so much love for you. I'm
Yes,
sending you
sorry,
all
y'all.
the love. I love you, Star, and if anything, even at this at the top of the episode,
Clock
before we
it.
get into it, I just wanna say, please send Star all of the love. This is gonna be the one, Star,
I
where
give
your
love
inbox
back.
blows up, all of it, and get your Not a Hoe merch,
Okay,
NAH merch, the
process.
Nah
Let's get
merch.
it.
There
Let's
we
get it.
go. Alright.
Pod friends. It's time to take a look behind the mic. It's your pod friends, pod friends. You're gonna find out what they're really like. We're all pod friends, pod friends. No interviews, just having conversations. Pod friends. So sit back and prepare for captivation.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pod Friends. I'm your host, Matt Scott. That song was Pod Friends by Will from America, and I am so glad to be here with all of you. But I want to ask you all, how are you doing? How's it going? Yes, you, the listener, the watcher, how are you doing? Just want to make sure to check in because as this conversation with Star Toomey of Survivor 48 points to, uh, the world could be a lot, life could be a lot, relationships, family, all of it can be a lot. And yet we're here, thankfully, as a community together to navigate all of that. In this conversation with Star, we go so many places. I'm so glad that in the intro, Star could kind of set up this conversation, the weight of it, because there's so much weight to it. And I do want to make sure to give a bit of a trigger warning that at points, I mean, there's a lot of discussion of mental health, of family, of relationships, but also a mention of domestic violence, mention of unaliving. And so just want to make sure that as you dive into this one, which I'm so thankful to Star for her rawness, her realness, her authenticity, her passion, just like all of it. You'll hear all of that throughout this conversation with Star. I do want to mention that I am very intentionally releasing this episode on Father's Day. And I'm doing it not only because Star talks a lot about her father and the role that he played, but also this conversation meant so much to me as someone who lost their dad. My dad passed away in 2017, and Star and I talk about grief and loss and bond over that a bit. Um, and you know what? I think what's so powerful about this conversation is that as much as I know it will pull at many of our heartstrings, it also, at least for me, had me feeling seen. And I hope a lot of you truly feel seen, whether it's related to fatherhood and Father's Day or any of the other topics that we discuss. But before getting into the conversation with Star, I just want to shout out all of you for the love that I've received over this season of Pod Friends, for the conversations with Brandon Donlin, Josh Wilder and Alex Phillips, Asia and her girlfriend Sarah. Now, for Star, I've already heard people excited for Star. And I'm going to mention that next week's guest should be, because we're going to record in about a day, the one and only Annabelle Fiddler of the Traders Australia Season 2. Annabelle, who's popping up more on RHAP, and Annabelle, who I can't wait to talk with. But I just want to thank you all for all of the love that you've shown me, that you've shown the interviewees, and encourage you, if you've missed any of them, to go back and listen. Reach out to each of the interviewees, let them know that you were tuning in and what resonated. It really means the world to me, but I know it also means the world to so many of them. But also, speaking of something that I really appreciate that kind of means the world to me, I would encourage you to go to robhasawebsite.com/store because I love when I see people wearing the Pod Friends shirts at these RHAP live events that we've done this past spring. Hopefully this fall, I'll see people wearing the Pod Friends shirts. If you love Pod Friends, if it resonates with you, if conversations like this one with Star resonate with you, get your Pod Friends shirt at robhasawebsite.com/store. And again, it not only shows that you're a listener in Pod Friends, but that you love these deep conversations and connect with them and want to connect with other people in this community on that level. Speaking of merch, I'll also shout out The Pride Has Spoken, and you could also go to robhasawebsite.com/store to get buffs, t-shirts, crop tops, stickers, hoodies. We have everything there for everything possible that we could get on the store. We've gotten on the store so far for The Pride Has Spoken, and with it being Pride Month, but also, we could be prideful year round, especially for the members of the LGBTQ plus community. Get your merch if you're a member of the community or an ally. Again, robhasawebsite.com/store. The proceeds go to 3 charities that we have listed there on the merch page. But I also want to mention one more thing, that if you are part of the LGBTQ plus community, we are inviting folks to submit video or audio clips about what it means to be LGBTQ plus in the survivor community. And you could do that at bit.ly/TPHS2026. And you could find that link probably on my social media, Matt Scott GW, but also you could find that link wherever you get the Pride Has Spoken podcast in the show notes. So without further ado, I'm so thrilled for this conversation with Star, for you to hear it, for you to hear a side of her that is just so resonant with me. We talk about this idea of like checking on your happy friends. And sometimes for someone like Star, it's easy to overlook that they also need and deserve love, support, care, attention, time, generosity, all of it. I think a lot of us could relate to that, sometimes we might give of ourselves, but are we receiving? Or people might just not be thinking of us when we need it the most. And so I just want you to know, whether or not I know you, the listener, or whether or not I know exactly what struggle or weight you're dealing with right now, I just want you to know that you can reach out. I'm here for you. We're here for you. More people are there for you than you even realize. And I hope that this conversation with Star is cathartic for a lot of folks and resonates with a lot of folks, but also that there's just the reminder that you don't have to go through it alone. So now, without further ado, let me introduce our guest. Making her way to the podcast, hailing from Augusta, Georgia, by way of Liberia and New York City, she is the Survivor 48 castaway, an entrepreneur and founder of Not A Hoe, the bold apparel brand empowering survivors and redefining strength and identity. Her enemies may be plotting, but she's always plotting her comeback, and she's living proof that she's more than a Survivor contestant. She is truly a survivor. So please welcome Star Toomey.
Let's get it.
Look, the way that and by the way, this will come out in it'll be after Survivor 50 is over. So
Yeah, I know.
don't know the
That's what
exact
makes it
date,
even more
but
exciting.
I know. It's like we already know who won Survivor 50.
Do we?
In our spirit, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. Like,
I'm not spoiled.
I told him not to tell me because I like to
Good.
watch with the people.
Yeah, no, me
Like,
too.
I'm like,
too.
no, thank you. Especially once again, because we have to live in the moment. Once you tell me, it's like, dang, I already know. But no, we gotta
If
watch.
you knew, what's your energy like? If you knew, if it's like the day after, not if you knew now. If
Yeah.
it's like the day after. Because
Okay.
obviously we're recording this mid
Yeah.
Survivor 50, pretty much. If it was like the day after, what's your energy
My
for that
energy
moment?
okay. I personally think whoever won is a lady because once
Let's
again, I
hope.
represent for my girls, but
Mhm.
also too, if the person that I think won, which I'll say it now because it's not gonna air till later, but if Sari won, that's great for her. Like, definitely deserving. Definitely
Oh my
deserving. Definitely
God.
deserving. Like, I feel like she's coming back to Survivor is a full circle moment. Of course, for everybody that's played
Yeah.
Survivor before and coming back again, but I really feel like for her, it's deeper than that. Like, winning the
Yeah.
Traitors, she's played Survivor forever.
Yeah.
And, one thing Jeff always says is, "You play with so much grace."
Yeah.
Okay? And that's because, first of all, auntie about that money, okay? One thing for sure, 10 things for certain, she's about the
Yeah.
bag, okay?
Yeah.
But, this is so deeper than just the bag. This is her own thing. This is reminding herself, like she said, "I'm off the couch."
Yeah.
Traitors was great, but this is Survivor. This is where she started. Once again,
Yeah.
Big Brother, that continues. Of course, other people has played different game shows,
Yeah.
but Sari literally is a blueprint when it comes to the true representation of carrying yourself a certain way, of
Yeah.
literally moving a certain way. Like, she's a nurse. I love my nurses. My dad was a
Yeah.
nurse. But
Yeah.
even then, she works. She's in a field. Okay? The Fam Bam, okay?
Yeah.
We know her son, he was on Big Brother too.
Yeah.
Okay? But even then, it's deeper than that. And I feel like
Yeah.
Sari deserves this because it's a full circle moment because people doubt you. And I will also say, my girl challenges does not matter. Ask Sandra Diaz Twine. Okay? With all respect. Okay?
Yeah. Twice.
But for real. So when everybody talks about this and that and the other,
Yeah.
that's what I remember. If you're really a Survivor watcher, literally, you can play Survivor multiple different ways.
Yeah.
Survivor is not the same like it was before, with all respect to the men.
Yeah.
But
No. I mean, no.
I only
No
saw one
respect.
man in S50 carry somebody through the water, okay?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's
And
what
honestly,
I'm saying.
if you're that big, you need to be carrying everybody.
Okay,
that's my expectation. I don't care if I need it. But you just carry
drag
me.
me.
Yeah.
Drag me. Bring me
Yeah.
down.
Oh
What
my
are we
God,
waiting
just
for?
right over my head.
Right
Right over
me,
your
please.
head too.
I will drown just to
Exactly.
make sure we make it to the end.
That's what
But
I'm saying.
with all respect, shout out to Jonathan, because once
Yeah.
again, he took Camilla. He was the first one there with her on his back. Okay,
Oh my
he's
God.
taking Marianne on his back. We saw in his season, he's literally done those things. No disrespect to anyone, but once again, it goes back to you do not have to know how to do this or know how to do that to play Survivor.
No, but
It's-
if you're that big, you better be able to carry me. I'm just saying. Lift. I shouldn't even
Nah,
have to walk around. I'm
I
just
shouldn't. No, legit. Like I said,
Yeah.
shout out to David. He could pick me up. All right,
Oh my
Black
god,
Swan
wait, it's
style.
that's so funny. I saw him in Atlanta, and, it was, like, at the after party after the Ron Clark Academy watch party,
Uh-huh.
and I haven't seen him there, but, like, he was just standing there, and, I saw him, like, I think the day before in passing. I'm like,
Because I was gonna
"Muscle
say
man,"
that's
like,
where we locked in. I'm like,
no,
oh,
we did. We did the mu we'll get back to
we'll
the
get back. We'll
karaoke
get back.
moment in a second, but, like, I saw him, and I was standing with some people, including, like, Laura, one of the patrons, and I said to her, "Wait, watch this," and I tapped him on the shoulder, and I'm like, "Laura," or my friend Laura here, David, wants to just see you flex, and he
Okay,
just, like, rolled up those sleeves. He was like,
baby.
"Bam, bam, bam, bam," and I had to, like, fan her down so she wasn't passing out, and I also had to take a sip of water because I was like, "This is too much.
So
It was
imagine
too
being on
much."
the island.
Yeah.
Like, I know people like, I'm serious. Like,
You were not okay. How yeah,
but all
yeah,
respect,
yes.
I'm with everybody, okay? I'm a
Yes,
free
yes.
spirit. But
Yeah,
not even that. If you look good, you look good, okay? If you
yeah,
look good, you look good. Like, if
yeah.
you're fine, you're fine. If you're
Mhm.
giving zaddy, you're giving zaddy.
Yeah, oh,
But like and once again, every Survivor doesn't pick people who aren't attractive, like
ver
respectfully,
well, yeah.
like in their own special way, whether you're Papa or
Mhm,
whatever, or
mhm.
like Hockey Bay or whatever.
Yeah,
Like, there's somebody for somebody. But
yeah.
like respectfully, like I'm a looker. And
Yes.
I don't want it to sound, like, creepy like that because it's not that, you know what I'm saying? Because 'Cause I'm also looking at
Oh,
myself.
you mean you're a looker like you're
Body T.
looking.
Oh, baby, I'm first of all, I'm a looker, period. I'm looking at the body, yada, yada,
Yeah.
okay? It don't matter if it's you, me,
Sir.
I'm just looking at the body. And on top of that
Mhm.
too, I mean, the men look good on our season, you know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like,
mm,
before anybody peeped,
mm.
I peeped the booty Yudi on Kyle. I peeped the booty, okay? I peeped it. I'm like, "Dang, he gotta," you feel me? Cake is caking. I peeped
On
it, on
Kyle
Kyle.
or
Now
okay.
David, oh, I peeped the booty. I peeped the booty. That's why when everyone's like, "Oh, Kyle got a booty," because I peeped it way before in our season, okay? With
You were
David,
in,
I'm
like,
like,
Ponderosa preseason, like, you were like,
now Ponderosa, I was a little, like, locked in. I was like, everyone had something and I had
"Good,
nothing.
good." Well, you
Like
know what?
they had books or, like, games and like, games that I'm, like, just looking in space,
See,
and
you didn't need
that's just
anything
me.
to entertain you.
No, not at all. No, no, not at all. I'm too happy to be there. First of all, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Dang, this is what Ponderosa look like? Okay." And once again, respectfully, yes,
Yes.
bring back the cameras. Bring back the Ponderosa cameras, 'cause y'all woulda saw David picking me up. Like, some people say, "No, I don't wanna," but my homegirl, shout out to my girl, Christina, and, I get what she's saying with the decompressor. Alright, Imma stop you
Yeah,
right there. Like, with all love, girl, no. Like, first of all, the TV, the camera, like, the face,
yeah.
but even then, it's fun. Like, you could see a different, it's a different vibe after the game.
Yes.
That's why some people are
Yeah.
close. That's why some people aren't. Whatever feelings or whatever. It's a
Mhm.
different vibe after the game. It's just like you talk about, the tea, and
Yeah.
then you're like doing whatever. Sometimes you're playing Scrabble. Sometimes
Yes.
you're on the game. You know what I'm saying? On the
Mhm.
PlayStation. Shout out to the
Uh-huh.
PlayStation. Shout out to me.
Shout
Rock
out.
you. You feel me?
Yes,
But
too.
no,
Yeah.
like I love it because it was a really great vibe, and, like, it was just a it's of course, you're still gonna decompress, you don't have to be there, but the cameras should be there,
Yeah.
like, I feel like the cameras people deserve to see the aftermath, like, people deserve to see you getting on a scale, you seeing yourself for the first time. When I saw myself for the
Yeah.
first time,
Yeah.
literally, I was shocked. When I went on Survivor, I was, like, 250 pounds, never been that big, ever,
Wow. When you
ever.
started, and then you were
I've never been like I played basketball all my life. Of course,
yeah.
I had my kid, and
Yeah.
I was a vegan or vegetarian, pescatarian for like 10 plus years,
Uh-huh.
and then with Survivor, like, of course, y'all saw me eating that chicken, but a
I
girl was
mean
hungry. But literally, and like with my son, I sneaking chicken here and
and
there? Yeah,
waffles.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was sneaking in the car, gobbling it up, but
Mhm.
I don't know. I was at the buffet and I was eating good every Wednesday, but
You were just getting
you
ready.
gotta take
You were
yourself
getting
out.
ready.
You gotta take
You know
yourself
what?
out.
I'm
But I
happy for
lost
you.
the weight lost, the weight dropped, and it's literally like that's why for me, it's
Yeah.
I looked like I was in high school again. I was shocked
Oh
I
my
saw a
gosh.
star that I haven't seen in years.
That's so wild because I feel like today alone I've heard like just different people talking and like we've even for Survivor 50,
Yeah.
Savannah's over in Ponderosa, but she's also like there. She's back home now giving all the tea and like talking about
Yep.
the bodies, and we hear people
Shawty
talking about
know how to do like
bodies.
some people
I'm
know how to do that social media, okay? Cause
Yeah, she's
that's
on
what
it. She has like all
she's a
the
cutie. She's a
She's like
cutie.
the journalist out there. I feel like they should put her out there every season just on Ponderosa, like, to report back, like, "Oh, so
Yeah.
here's the tea that I learned." Like, I love that, but it's, like, it's wild because, like, there's so much about the Survivor experience, and, we're gonna get into your story, your experience,
For sure.
but
We're gonna
there's
talk.
so much about the Survivor experience that I feel like people know because maybe they used to show it or they used to put
Yeah.
clips out there,
Or like
but
follow up with people.
but but the thing I'm wondering about is, like, before your season, like, because you became a like, when did you first really start watching it? Because I know from what I
Yeah.
remember, it was, like, in the background for you,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
sort of, like, applied and you were in it, but, like, how deep did you get into it before you actually went out to Fiji?
I feel like everyone noticed like Survivor made a comeback. Okay.
Yeah.
Survivor made a
Yeah.
comeback where you're scrolling on Instagram and it's like watch Survivor. Survivor is on Netflix. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, of course, the seasons change depending on the platform, Hulu, Netflix, Paramount, of course,
Mhm.
locked in with that.
Mhm.
But it's
Mhm.
like I'm at work. At the time I worked for AT&T. All right.
Yep.
Can I help you? Thank you for choosing. Hello. You want this iPhone? Okay.
What
And I'm
you were
scrolling and
selling
I'm
iPhones. I thought you were selling phone cases.
oh no, baby, I'm selling everything.
Oh my god.
iPhones, Androids, like I said AT&T
Okay.
now. That's
Yeah.
the internet, Wi-Fi, all of that. Literally.
Seriously. Yeah.
And for me, there's no shame in where I came from
Yeah.
because it goes back to the story of the original Survivor that we used to know, the plumber, the chef, this,
Mm.
that. Like I've
The
done
AT&T
the AT&T
salesperson.
sales agent expert,
Yeah.
okay?
Mhm.
Hello?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
no, for real, like, I'm scrolling, I'm like, at the time, I'm prepping for my baby. Like,
Yeah.
he's cooking right now. Okay, I already told my boss, like, "Hey, girl, I'm FMLAing, okay?
Yeah.
I used to be a person that I'm just not gonna show up. If I'm not showing up, I'm not showing up, but let's secure the job, okay?
The
So
growth where you're like,
let's
"You know what? Let me
secure,
get my family leave.
okay?"
Let me have my family
I
time."
told my boss, I'm like, 'cause I might have to go to Survivor, and she's like, "I'm like Big Brother," and I'm like, "Girl, we ain't talking about." I'm like, "We not talking about Big Brother right now." And she's like, "I don't know how long they would let you go." I'm like, "Alright, well, my baby coming." And
Mhm.
that's what I love about the times that we live in, like, not just of course, FMLA, get paid, don't get paid, whatever,
Yeah.
but, like, that bonding time or this, that, and the other, like, I didn't push him out, but that's my
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
And literally and like I said, we did a at-home insemination. We got
Mhm.
family person donor who once again has donated to different lesbian couples or
Mhm.
for the people who don't like the queers, the gays, all of that. Like,
Oh,
but
yeah, they
once
love
again,
all of that. That's just
okay,
if they
but
listen here, come on.
so I'm scrolling, I'm like,
It's
"Okay,"
my
so I'm telling her,
flag.
"Shawty," I call her boo. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Boo, we should watch Survivor while we watch Survivor." So we watching Survivor. She's in the room sleep, child.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is what I feel like, and this story is so deep because everyone heard the call.
Mhm.
And it's crazy because they show the commercial like 2, 3 times before they even like Jeff comes in,
Yeah.
like, and it's like, I don't know, it was just something about that day. Mind you, I used to be I play basketball. Yes, I did this, I did that, and the other. But it's one of those things where it's like you forget about yourself or
Yeah.
you were like, your dreams and your goals. But not even that. It's like Jeff said, "Do you think you have what it takes?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah,
Like,
I
how dare
do."
you ask,
Like
Jeff?
it's 12 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Literally, it's 12 a.m. in the night morning. You know how we get down. But
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like, and he's sleeping. They're sleeping. I'm by myself. I'm looking in my environment. Mind you, I'm still in the same place that I was, but it's a different
Mhm.
vibe. It's a different
Mhm.
vibe. Okay.
Mhm.
And I said, "Yes, Jeff." I go to the car. I go to the car. Okay. At the time I had a Jeep. Still got the Jeep, but I got a
What
bad oil change. But anyway,
uh-oh.
yeah, I go to the
You
car. I
went to
got
the
the ring
car.
light. The ring light because the baby's sleep. And on top
The
of that,
ring light's
once
in the
again,
car.
this is all me. Like
Oh,
it's
you
12
brought the ring
o'clock.
light to the
I
car.
brought the ring light to the car
Okay.
because I'm plugging it in. You gotta see me, okay?
Uh-huh.
That's why some people say they've taken my like 20 years to apply to. I went to the car, I did the video right quick. That was it. That was all. Okay.
But
It's not,
why
it's
in the
no,
car? Because I feel like so
the
many
baby
people
was
do their audition
sleeping.
videos in the car. You couldn't do it outside?
No, because people in my business.
Oh.
Like, it's 12 o'clock in the
You really
night.
took the NDAs seriously before there was an NDA to be signed. You were like, "Let
Yeah,
me
but
just."
but also too, I'm in my element and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, like
Oh my god.
this is
No, I
me.
I have to show some respect because I'm just picturing you, like, in your video, the energy, the full thing, and, like, you can't do that outside at 1 look, the cops would have been there before
Like, and even
by
then,
1 AM.
this is all me. This is not me calling somebody like, "Hey, do you
Yes.
think?" And I'm a person where I'm gonna ask opinions or,
Yeah.
just like this and that. But no, this is me like, no, I know what I want.
Mm.
And at the time, we were going through our own things. And
Yeah.
postpartum is real, whether you push the baby out or not. Like,
Yeah.
your life changed. This is life changing. You have a village. Some people don't have a village. I didn't
Yeah.
really have a village at the time like that.
Mhm.
So and I moved. ATL, Gwinnett, the North, you feel me? The
Yeah.
Migos,
Uh-huh.
RIP Takeoff. But literally, now I'm in Augusta. Nothing against Augusta, but like completely out of my element. Where are my friends? I have
Yeah.
none. Not
Mhm.
here. You
Mhm.
realize your spouse's friends or your person's friends, they're not your friends. You could try all day, but it's not that. My friends and your friends are completely different. So I'm by
Mhm.
myself. I'm watching TV. I always watch TV. But
Yeah.
now I'm like, I can do it. Like, yes, I can do it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, Jeff. And I've never had that experience where I'm like, sign up and do this. No.
Wow.
Like I did,
You just felt it.
like it was in my like when I tell you that's
Yeah.
why I feel like we all heard the call. Like a lot
Yeah.
of people say stuff about our season. Oh, the honesty and integrity. Oh, it was just chicken and waffles or whatever. But literally, there's something about each and every one of us
Yeah.
that it's kind of like one and the same.
Yeah.
We all heard
Yeah.
the call in
Mhm.
some way. Whether you applied 20 years ago, whether you just started watching, whether you never watched at all, and
Yeah.
if you saw that one episode, we all heard the call, and I think that's the crazy thing about it, but
Yeah.
that's just how the world works sometimes, it's not a coincidence. It was meant to
Mhm.
be, and, like, I don't know how much I can say too much, but it
Yeah.
was kinda like, maybe here, maybe there, but
Yeah.
there might have not been how here is, and vice versa, but I'm glad I was here because somebody fought for me, because somebody saw me, and do you know how
Mm.
it's like to be seen when you haven't been seen in a long time? I'm chilling coming
Yeah.
home. I just came home from the mall or like getting food. I get a call. I don't answer calls I don't know. I get a text. I said, "Hey." I said, "Who? Oh my gosh. What?"
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I call back.
Yeah.
Now we're talking, and now
Yeah.
it's this, that, and the other, and now I'm looking at Jeff, and then I get off and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
once again, I literally asked him, I'm like, "I don't think you like me." And he's like, "What do you mean?" I like and going down the list, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh." Like, my heart, and it's, like, surreal for me. And it's
Yeah.
like some people, they wouldn't understand because some people, they're like, "Man, whatever." But no, the first thing I called my brother-in-law, because he's a little
Y
older,
Mhm.
Robbie, like I always say. And he's
Shout
like,
out.
if you don't get it, don't be discouraged. I'm like, Robbie, what are you talking Robbie, because once again, you have to tell your day one A ones. But he
Yeah.
knew Survivor. He's like, I applied 40 years ago. And I'm like, he's like, don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged, baby. I got it.
Yeah.
Baby, I got it. It's it's already in motion. Like,
That's not the energy that anyone needs. And no offense to Robbie, shout to Robbie. But I feel like everyone has people in their lives who are like, "Oh, that good thing, like that, okay, yeah, I believe in you. I'm rooting for you. I'm happy for you." But like just don't. And it's out of
I didn't
love,
have that
right?
though.
It's out of love when people are like, but that's the thing about you. And I think about people who just like go out there and get it is like you can't even like really have that doubt because I feel like the moment the doubt seeps in, someone's gonna smell that and say, "This
Literally.
isn't for Star. This isn't for
Literally.
Star."
The crazy thing is, I always put myself out there
Yeah.
regardless. And the crazy thing is, I don't care if you say you wanna fly. I believe it. Imma help you fly. For
Yeah.
me, during the time, and this is the truth,
Yeah.
people didn't they were surprised. Some people didn't even think. It was the time where it's like, "Oh, you're really gonna go? I didn't think you could do it." And it's the unfortunate thing is it's in my face. And,
Yeah.
like, you're watching the people that you love doubt you.
Yeah.
And it was deeper than just like with Jeff. It was one of those things where I'm like, I'm proud of myself and where I come from and where I came from. We'll get into that and unpack it, but, like,
Yeah.
everything brought me to this moment here. Literally. So as I'm talking to people and telling them, they're like, "Oh, I would never because I wouldn't eat a bug," or, "Oh, like, that's I've never seen anybody do it, so I didn't believe that you could do it." And it's like, but, like, anything I say I'm gonna do, I do it. And it's
Yeah.
like, you not thinking I would, and it's, like, deeper than that. Even the
Yeah.
day I found out I was going on the show,
Yeah.
I found out some crazy stuff. Like, the day I find out some people wanna
Yeah.
just go to the past, a blast in the past, and it's like, the
Yeah.
day like,
Uh-huh.
so when I say, like, the
Yeah.
support, I didn't have the support because
Yeah.
they had to see it to believe it
That's
versus
rough.
just believing it was me,
Well,
and
that's rough
so
because
that's the
there's
tough
so
part.
I mean, there's so much that people and you see it on the show, like, there's so much that people carry with them out there, and the fact that you did as well as you did with all of that back home, and then I know, like, you dealt with the situations however you need
Yep,
to deal with the situations, but it's like, that's messy, and, like, the thing that frustrates me is, like, you said it, like, say what you will about season 48, but everyone's watching the same show. You're watching the show, your cast is watching the show.
yep,
You all put yourselves out there, like you said, you're kind of like going on that journey. And it's
yeah.
rough when you're like, hey, this is the show. Like, I don't make the show, or
I
what,
okay.
it just like
Like, that
shakes
I
out
was
how it
literally
shakes
thinking
out.
that
It shakes out how it
earlier.
shakes out. But I feel like it's rough when, like, you're watching the same thing, like, you get it, maybe it's not like, your favorite season or whatever it might be. You're watching the show and you're a fan, so you're like, you remember your favorite seasons, you remember your
Literally.
least favorite seasons, but then now you have to hear from everybody with their thoughts and their opinions, and you're like, "I'm just on it. I put
I'm
myself
just
out there."
literally
Yeah.
like, some people like, I know some people see themselves in people of
Totally.
Survivor, and I had a process like being called a character
Yeah.
because I'm like, "A character? I'm me." Like,
Yeah.
that's me, but then I had a process, and then you have to go through the long game of now you're a reality star, and once again, some people are different from others,
Mhm.
with the come up or the followers or the this and the that, and we can always go back to Alandria.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no one
Love that.
I was rocking with my girl, like, once again,
Yeah.
beautiful, like, I was with her, but no one knew what it would be, like, by herself.
Mhm.
I mean, Nick is cool, but, like, shawty is like, she's doing her thing on her own.
Yeah.
Her homies believe in her so much, it's not because they wanted to come up with her. It's not because they were trying to get a bag. No, it's because they're like, my girl, I know your dreams. I know your goals. I know what you want. I know this. I know that. I know that you deserve everything and more. And people saw her literally. And we see her posting back in 2012, I want to be a model or this, that. She's like
Mm.
5'2", I think, or 5'3". You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wow.
that's, or like, I know she's under 5'6". But like
Yeah.
that's the whole point. Like, back in the day we had the 6 feet, the Naomi Campbells, the Tyra Banks, and it's like, no, it doesn't matter your height, who you are, what you look like, or this where you come from. The whole point is you believing in yourself, you putting yourself out there, and you continuing to prove to people, even if they're with you, if they're not with you, if they doubt you, that once again, just because in your world you
Mhm.
think you can't, doesn't stop my world at all. And then people see that you can, and now it's what I would have done. And it's like, baby, it doesn't matter what you would have done because
And you don't know what you would have
and
done
you don't
because
know.
you weren't in the situation.
You don't know. And
Yeah.
you're not in my shoes, like, at
Mhm.
all. Like, that's what for me I was just happy to be there. And I talk that's why I'm glad we're talking now. And I'm glad that I
Yeah.
was able to really collect myself because we know, like, some people have questions, some people wonder, some people have their own opinions, but
Mhm.
I was just happy to be there because of everything I already went through. I was happy to be there because I know people doubted me. I was happy to be there because I was trying to prove not just to myself, but prove to the people who saw like took my grief and
Mm,
held it against me.
yeah.
Like no one knows what you're going through unless they're in your shoes. Some people can sympathize and empathize with you,
Yeah.
and some people really can't understand because they've never gone through it before. And they're like, "Suck it up, buttercup." And it's
Ooh.
like, "Yeah, until it's you." And now they're coming back like, "I don't even know how you were able to do it." And it's like, "Yeah, by myself." Or, "Yeah,
Mm,
I needed to sit down." You know, we all had a story, some similar to others, and I'll still
yeah.
tell that story eventually through time, but I haven't even told that particular story yet outside of telling, whatever because
Yeah.
that's still a time and a place where it really, like, sat me down for sure, but, like, I needed that because you cry for help,
Yeah.
and I can say that in life and in the show, Beware Advantage, like, I'm going around, I'm saying this and that and the other, and the reality is we can always say this no, everyone had help. Everyone had
Yeah.
help. Okay? People were looking. I wasn't looking at the time until someone said, "If I find something, I'll tell you. If you find something, you tell me." So when you're watching, that's
Mhm.
exactly what I did, thinking we were locked in because no one said, "I wanna work with you," but this particular person. So
Yeah.
now, here we are, and I'm going to that person like, "Help," and it's like, "Yeah, I ain't got nothing for you." And then I'm like, "Okay, let me go to this person." And they're like, "Okay," kind of helping, but it's like kinda rough. And then you're
Yeah.
watching and you realize it's not that or you're getting played. And then you
Mhm.
watch the other tribes and it's like, "Oh, wait a minute. Some people didn't even solve it on their own." Or some people solved it, but not real like, I'm not gonna knock any
Yeah.
because I know some people have their own opinion.
Mhm.
Some people have their own
Mhm.
opinions about their story, but the reality is like who who knows what my experience would have been like in the beginning if I had that person because
Yeah. Yeah.
somebody had somebody, and of course some people they just figured it out, but it's really hard when you're like trying your best, but you realize like it's not that. Like, you could give somebody flowers all day. If they don't want
Yeah.
you, they're just not that into you. You can get
Yeah.
all the what is it called? Wood in the world. You can
Yeah.
go to the water
All the
fountain and fill
firewood,
all
yeah.
the water like, you could do all of that, but it doesn't matter if they're just not that into you or they
Damn.
already don't want
And
anything
that's
at
like
all.
you living in your like, okay, I can imagine like that hurting on like
A
just
deeper
pick a day.
level.
But on give me like one day of that and I just meet someone and then that's my treatment and I'm like gonna be in my feelings about it and I'm sure it'll bring up a lot, right? But then like even just in the survivor context, like look at 24/7 of that from
Yep.
someone or think about like that's a lot. It's a lot and it's I appreciate you sharing it because
Yeah.
just like in the bigger picture of you, like people are so you know this obviously about yourself, but people are so used to like fun, happy, star, all of it. And like
Legit.
one of the things that I like love and adore about you is like I've heard you say at least once or twice or whenever, like check on your happy friends because
Yeah.
people so often like get really comfortable putting certain people in boxes and being like, "Okay,
Yeah.
Star's over here. Star is great. Star's okay. Star's here for the joke and the laugh and all of it."
Yep.
Like, there's
The
so
fun
much
part.
more to it. Yeah, which is
The
like,
fun part.
everybody is like a full human of all the emotions and all
Legit.
of the experiences. So, I feel
Like
that.
the crazy thing is you see the first episode and it's just like I'm walking around looking for something. And it's
Mhm.
like or it looks like I'm not building relationships
Yeah.
or I'm not trying or whatever. And it's like that wasn't the case at all. But even then, it's like you're watching and you thought like it's like Abbott Elementary or even in general. Like
Yeah.
imagine like I like you're all you have homies,
Mhm.
but they have a separate group chat.
Mm,
Like
mm-mm, mm-mm,
and it's
mm-mm.
like now you're watching and it's like wait a
And then you
minute,
find out about the group chat when you're like, "Wait,
I thought we were cool.
yeah,
Tell me how you really feel. Or even then, it's like, yeah, to be the butt of the joke.
yeah."
and it's like the butt of the joke, and like I said, I'm not coming for anybody, but it's the reality
No.
of the situation is, it was really rough for me,
Yeah.
and it's like, so when you see me like, the bonfire, that was really hard, like, you don't think it's 4th of July, we're away from home, like, my guy literally took, like, leaves, trunks on trunks on trunks on trunks of trees to
Yeah.
literally make a big fire. I'm
Mhm.
watching it on TV for the first time
Mhm.
because I'm literally crying my eyes out because I cannot figure it out. It's
Right.
deeper than just, "Oh, I
Yeah.
can't." It's literally like, "Wow, here I am again." And it's deeper than that because growing up, I've had my
Yeah.
struggles, and it's like I had my struggles believing in myself. I had my
Mhm.
struggles of wanting to be great and, like, not really having the support to be great. And some people are like, "If I found it, I would have not said anything." And it's like, "Yeah, that's true. I get it." But I'm a person where like, at the time, a second opinion helps or just like, "Hey,
Yeah.
like, I don't like, here's a cookie, like, oh my gosh, like, hey, I did it, whatever, whatever, but it goes back to trying to overcompensate. Not
Yeah.
even like attention, but just like, hey, I found it, let's lock in. I think, but it's like, no. So when I'm crying and
Yeah.
I'm crying by myself, and then Bianca comes to me,
Mm.
that was deep for me. Like,
Yeah.
regardless, like I said, she was playing me a little bit too,
Yeah.
but that right there was so monumental to me because somebody cared.
Yeah.
Regardless, and, that's the hard part and the tough pill to swallow. We've all cried by ourselves, but
Mhm.
imagine crying your heart out and somebody just telling you it's okay, regardless.
You'll
Like,
take it. You'll take
it
it. You'll
like,
take it. Like, I
it
don't know
hurts
in what world are you like to be human and be in that
to
situation where you're so
okay?
vulnerable and then have someone give you something that is, like, responding to that, regardless of how real it is, like, you're gonna want you're there's, like, the instinctual part of you that's gonna wanna take that and feel it, and then maybe there's someone at home who's like, "Oh, Star's so dumb for whatever, whatever."
Yeah, and that's
But
a fact.
yeah, but it's like, it's always easier when you have the 360 view of everything
Yeah,
that's going on or the app like, hindsight's 2020, right? So, but
yeah.
it's like, I feel you there, and I'm, like, curious because you kind of, like, referenced it, but, like, what was growing up like for you? Like, I'm so curious, like, what Star kind of like what the journey was for you?
Huh. It was it was kinda like that's why I'm like, Survivor, that was, like, really reaching that childhood deeper than just, "Oh, the show or
Yeah.
this." It's like that childhood trauma or always being that person where you're joining into the friendship or you're the 3rd like, there's no such thing as 3 best friends. One person is
Mm.
always a little bit more than the other, or constantly
Mhm.
proving myself, or constantly proving that I'm great, proving that I deserve to be here, proving that I belong, or like, at the time, I had s I have older siblings, but they
Yeah.
didn't live with me, they were in Africa, and then it was
Mm.
just me. I had cousins coming over, and, like, they're leaving their family, they're
Yeah.
that's their siblings, they're together, and it's just me, and it's like, every I feel like with our parents, we give them grace, and or
Yeah.
we're learning to because they were kids too, they have their own thing, but I feel like for me, it's one of those things where it's like my parents worked, but my mom, like, we had a certain type of relationship. We bonded through TV, but
Yeah.
outside of that, it was one of those things where I don't know, it was just some type like a underlining beef, but that goes back to her
Yeah.
trauma and her
Yeah.
issues with her mother. And
Yeah.
so growing up, it's always those things where I'm getting yelled at, I'm crying, or it's like I'm trying my best to make you not yell at me or trying like constantly proving myself or I'm
Mhm.
in a group of friends and they're not talking to me and now I'm
Yeah.
buying if you're from New York, you buy sunflower seeds
Yeah.
or it's the
Yeah.
last day of elementary school and they don't want to talk to me because I
Yeah.
talked to somebody that they didn't talk to and now my teacher is like I'm sad. I'm sad eyes like and they're like all right, like come on or once or
Yeah.
just
Like, get over it,
always
basically.
or always just, like, going out your way for people and not getting the same energy, or they'll go out their way for somebody else, but not
Mhm.
you,
Mhm.
or just not, like, being in the group, or but being the
Yeah.
person that stayed.
Yeah.
Stayed around, being the person that stayed around, or kinda like, if you're Kobe, you Kobe,
Yeah.
okay? We love
Yeah.
Kobe,
Yeah.
but also too, Derek Fisher's right there as well.
Yeah.
But and, we talk about Derek Fisher, you know what I'm saying, on the messy
Uh-huh.
stuff or whatnot, and Shaq or whatnot, and LeBron, all
Yeah.
this stuff, but, like, you might as well be Melo without a ring,
Mm.
and that's basically
Wow.
what it is, and then it's like, what you would do for people, they would never do for you, or
Yeah.
everyone wants to be the star, and it's like, you're just okay with just being in a like, you know who you are, but you're just happy to be here, or you want your friends to eat too. If
Yeah.
I'll bring you food, but you're not bringing me food, or you coming to my
Wow.
house, but now I have to ask you if I can come over, or just,
Yeah.
like, always
Like,
getting a
people
short end of the
not
stick.
yeah, people not showing up for you, and it's like, this is where I mean, we kinda mentioned this before diving in, but, like, look,
Yep, we did, we
we were
did.
planning on recording
Yeah,
this a few months ago. So there's, like, stuff that's in my brain from your story, and you reference this, like, were you bo you were born in
yep,
Liberia? Am I
I was
making
born in
that up?
Liberia.
Okay,
No,
wait.
I was born in Liberia.
Give me, like, the little bit of, like, the geographic you're born in
Okay,
Liberia, and then when did you move to the US, but, like, where did you end up? And
yep.
then I'm, like, curious about the the logistics.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So, I was born in Liberia, but once again, respectfully to Papa was a Rolling Stone, and, like,
Mm,
he had 2 other kids prior, like, me and my siblings are probably,
yeah.
like, 6 to 7, 10 years apart.
Yeah.
That was high school sweetheart, but then you
Mhm.
meet okay, face card don't decline,
Yeah.
and my dad grew up as an orphan. Be
Yeah.
the war w Liberia has a lot of war, and it's
Yeah.
been years and years of war. So, this particular war, my dad made so much great connections and so many people who cared, basically,
Mhm.
and in Liberia, if you come to America, it's kinda like the lottery. You play the lottery, you might make it, you might not. His homie his friend who once was a president at the time of Liberia, no longer, but George Weah, he
Wow.
was a famous football player and well, soccer player, but, we call
Yeah.
it football,
Yeah.
and my dad played football with him back in the day, and
Mhm.
he saw something in my dad, or I don't I wouldn't know the behind the scenes, but my dad stayed in Liberia, and me and my mom and my cousin, who my dad adopted, we came to America. We were naturalized. We
Yeah.
stayed in Maryland at the time with my dad's people. Once again, things get crazy, but
Yeah.
that wasn't the first. My dad's brought multiple people to America as his, like off of that, and then so I came in 1999, September 25th on my birthday. So when I
Shut
was
up.
on my third birthday, and
Wow.
like the struggle was real. The struggle was real. Ellis Island. If you are familiar with
Mhm.
Ellis Island,
Mhm.
most immigrants go there in order to get everything together, get their paperwork. But once again, I was naturalized. So when my dad became a citizen, I became a citizen, and that's basically
Yeah.
how everything worked. Fast forward, we went to Staten Island. That's little Liberia right there. It's the hood. If you know Wu-Tang, okay? Respectfully, my mama got friends that done dated one of the Wu-Tangs, okay? Like Park Hill. We was up in Park Hill. You talking about like
What?
like
What?
mama was a mama, I told you mama was fine now. Mama was fine. Mama was fine. She was outside, but I get it too because my mom had me at 25. My dad was 35.
Yeah.
But once again, he already had kids.
Mhm. Mhm.
Anyway, then my siblings moved. Then he sent for my siblings. They were 16 and 17 at the time. That's deep.
Yeah.
That's so deep. Like, but then I have little siblings,
Mhm.
which is even more deeper. Then we're in
They
a
were
two-bedroom
also born in
apartment.
Liberia, and
Oh,
then you
no,
sent
no,
them basically.
no, nah, they American as hell.
Okay.
No, they're American as
But
hell. They
that's
were
like
like,
so you have, like, the 16-year-olds who were all
yeah,
grew up
and
in
they speaking
Liberia, all
French,
of it.
okay? Like,
Yeah.
when like, we have a bunk bed. We're watching this is during the Flavor Flav. I Love New York.
Oh, don't
Like,
even
I Love Money. Like, we are when I say those
Charm
are the moments
School.
that Charm School, like, we connected through that.
I love
Like,
that
those
so
were our
much.
moments there. But there were times
Yeah.
where they talking, and I can't understand what they saying. Or
Yeah.
I was a little sister that would take the clothes or whatever, whatever. But I just enjoyed finally having people
Yeah.
or family, basically. And of course, things happen, underlining feelings because I get it. I get it. I get it 100%. Like I can
Mhm.
only imagine. But at the same time, I get it because even though my mom is here with me, our relationship has always been strained. So you
Yeah.
see some people who are they call their mama, they go on dates, like they're locked in like that. They're here, it's not that. And of course, I would love it for to be that, but it's
Yeah.
not. And with my dad, he just worked really hard. But we have fun too, because Liberian people know how to turn up. But we
Yeah.
worked hard and then we moved to Georgia. And when we moved to Georgia, it was me, my mom, and my dad. No furniture.
Mm.
Well, my dad stayed in New York because he was a nurse and he was working, New York money a little better than
Yeah.
Georgia money.
Mm, a lot
But
better, yeah.
like me and my siblings were all just some things happen, like I said, it's crazy stories. I get it though. I get it with my siblings, but that's we're now I have to go above and beyond because
Mm.
we're family. I get it from my dad. Like he
Yeah.
always wanted to be full family, all my people together, all my kids together, everyone here together. And like I said, my mom, she came from a big family,
Yeah.
but it gets complicated. Li- And she has her own story.
Yeah.
So now we're all together, but it's complicated.
She
And
you mentioned, like, just to pause for a second, like, she has her own story, but was it a situation where and I'm not even asking about your mom's
yeah,
story, but, like, did she was it a thing where, like, she just was carrying, like, that chip on her shoulder and didn't share it? Or
ye-
was she like, "I'm gonna tell you exactly what I went through?" Because I feel like parents, but, sometimes there's parents who are like, "Let me tell you how I lived," and then others who, like, show you, but they don't, like, they don't know how to express it in words and be like, "Here's the trauma that I went through, blah, 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 blah." Like, was it a situation where she was like you could tell there was stuff going on, but she didn't go get into it? Or what was, like, that deal?
well, for literally, it's kind of like the chip on a shoulder,
Yeah,
or like she's a great person,
yeah,
And I always say when it comes to my mom, she goes above and beyond. Like she's
yeah,
really, she does show up for the people who or
mhm,
whatever, or does chefing it up, whipping it up, making sure everybody has their meals and whatnot.
yeah,
But it was certain times where it's like, am I your kid? Am,
yeah,
am I adopted? Like, what's going on here?
yeah,
And when my grandmother came to America after a couple years to be there with us, my
yeah,
aunt was on her deathbed basically because she had a couple of strokes. Once again, they're in Liberia. If people understand what it is to be in like a somewhat third world country or in a place with extortion and
yeah,
like not the best resources, teachers aren't getting paid, doctors aren't getting paid, like the government taking all the money or whatnot.
mhm,
Like that's my mom's older sister. She had nothing but brothers and, of course, whatever outside of, but
yeah.
her sister. And so one day, but my grandmother, my grandma's like, yeah, I used to fight your mom. Like, ba, 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 ba. And it's like, that's not cool.
Wow.
And so now she's like, because, it's like, but my mom always knew she was that girl.
Yeah.
And of course, some mothers, they are envious of their daughters unknowingly or knowingly, or they
Mhm.
just, have their own issues. And so I feel like for my mom, if she just didn't really know how to really love me in a
Yeah.
way because
Yeah.
she didn't really get that kind of energy.
Yeah.
And also, and then once again, I'm not gonna sit here and say I was abused or beat, but
Yeah. Yeah.
but what I'm saying, I had the hands put on me,
But that's
and
like the culture, like,
yeah,
that's not like, that's
exactly,
where, like, I remember growing up and, like, spanking was still a
yeah,
thing, but, like, maybe it's,
literally.
like, whatever it is, and it's, like, now we the people are like, that's abuse," but it's, like, that was just how people it was a different time,
Yeah,
but it's also interesting because it makes me think about how like, I know it sounds like your relationship with your grandma is, like, positive, healthy relationship, and it's interesting because I don't know, I just feel like I've seen that a lot where it's like like, the let's say the kid and then their grandparent have a good relationship, but then the parent and the grandparent or like the parent and the kid don't have the best relationship. And I don't know what that's all about. Like, I don't know if that's just like time and it's like, your grandma's like, Star's here. I love Star.
Yeah.
I could like show up differently for Star now. We can have a different relationship. But like, um, I don't know. It's a lot. It's heavy.
Yeah,
And I don't even know if this
it's
is not
so
fair,
deep.
but yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
no, everything you said is legit. Like I say, my grandmother named me Star. And
Yeah,
most
yeah.
times with the culture, and I'm glad it's pretty similar, like most times the grandmother is the grandchild is the grandmother's kid. Or like,
Mhm.
you see where it's like it's different. For me, I think it's one of those things where like I wasn't a kid that you really like, of course we all get, like, do this, do that, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you yell at me, I'm crying. Like
Yeah.
I'm literally like I'm a Libra, but I got my Pisces in me too. Like I'm gonna
Mhm.
cry. But for me, it was like, you don't have to yell at me or whatever or beat me in order to make me do whatever.
Yeah.
So, but once again, I know from my mom, she was getting her butt beat and she had older siblings. So she hot girl, she outside, not outside hoeing. Oh, oops, I'm sorry. But she looked good. She looks
Yeah.
good. And so like the other people that my grandma's like, I beat her. I don't know how to control her. And they're like, cut her hair. Well, my girl did. Combat looking like, okay, you cut my hair and what? I'm
Wow.
still a baddie. I'm still a this.
Fatty,
I'm still a that.
yeah.
And that's what that
Uh-huh.
confidence and everything spews into me. But
Yeah.
once again, I feel like that's what also is hard for some people. Like, I don't want to say my mother to accept because I've been me regardless.
Yeah.
Like, I walk in the streets, it doesn't matter if I got cargo pants on, if I'm
Yeah.
just out here like studying it up or whatever, or even just rocking whatever. Like, somebody's
Mhm.
gonna know and say, oh my gosh. So I'm walking, I'm doing my thing, and somebody's like, oh, you should be a model. And then I have my homegirl who she's dressed up, girly, feminine, all that stuff. And my mom's like shocked because she's like, Star looks like a dude, and this, that, and the other. And it's like, yeah, say you a hater and not saying you a hater. But
Yeah.
I also know growing up, my siblings didn't get beat. And
Mhm.
that was always a question for me because
Yeah.
of course good they did it.
No, I mean,
But
but
why
it's like,
me?
why? Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
why like and then it's like, well, you were raised different or this, that, and the other, or even then, my mom always thought I love my dad more, which I don't think that was the case at all. I mean, I've always been a daddy girl, period.
Yeah.
But like, I love my both of them. Like, we all locked in. Like, what are you talking about? We here.
Yeah.
Like, that
Mhm.
you pushed me out, you raised me. Like, it was a time where I couldn't go anywhere because I would cry if I didn't wasn't with my mom. You
Wow.
can't even drop me off to somebody's house because I'm crying because where's my mom? Kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like to this day, they still make the joke about it. So like knowing that, and then when my brother was born, that's when that shift starts. Now it's me against him.
Mm.
Then my siblings come, and it shifts even more because I love my siblings. I love all my siblings.
Yeah.
My brother, that was my baby. He's sleeping right next to me anytime, any place.
Mhm.
And then we get older, and that favoritism comes in, or I would ask mom like, "What was my nickname growing up?" And she's like, "I don't remember." Girl, what the you don't remember? How you don't remember your first child nickname? Or
Yeah.
like, it was a time where I crash out. Yeah, I crash out, but that's because I hold so much in. So when
Yeah.
you finally reach that tipping, it's like,
Yeah.
here we go. And it was a time
Yeah.
where I crashed out. And my mom literally told me, "I'm never come to any of your games." And she stood on business. Shawty did not come to any game until my senior year of high school because I crashed out. But once again, it's like, is that much of a less like, is it that deep? Like, is
No.
it that deep?
No.
Like, when I tell people I worked hard for everything I had because my parents worked, but they partied.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
leaving, I'm asking parents to pick me up, people to pick me up, literally, my teammates, and during this time, my parents are African. They don't know you gotta give gas. And they were
Yeah.
going out to eat after, and they're paying for me. And you can people like we're young and we're kids, but people speak their minds. They speak their minds,
Mhm.
and they're,
Mhm.
I hear the little comments and stuff like that, and I feel bad for myself because now we're pulling back to my house, and the whole Africa is there. Liberia is up and down the road, and then I
Yeah.
gotta clean. Then I have to clean up the house
Mhm. Mhm.
and watch my
Mhm.
siblings and this and the other. And my grandma left like a thief in the night. Like
Wow.
grabbed her clothes and went back to Africa to go take
Yeah.
care of my aunt. And I get it, but
Well,
also
yeah.
too, my mom, like, it's like it's a lot. And I feel like at first it hurt,
Yeah.
and then I let it go. Not let it go, sorry, I'm getting emotional.
You tried to, like it's
I try to,
okay.
like, keep it a stack, like, you know what I'm saying? I like, let it go, like, whatever. Because once again, you my mom, we cool, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Because she would show love in cooking food and making meals and all that stuff, and those little
Yeah.
glimpses, when I came out, I got caught
Oh,
up. I got caught up,
yeah.
and my dad, he was in his feelings, like, first he thought I was pregnant, but, anyway, and, like,
Ugh.
she told him, like, I mean, whatever. But once again, she's calling everyone, and everyone knows me. Star is star at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah.
star is star. And I show so much love, regardless of if you're religious, if you're this, if you don't get down like that, you're gonna accept it. Number one,
Mhm.
because I'm not changing myself and I'm standing on business. But number two, because it's Star. At the end of the day, we love her. And that's
Mhm.
basically how my family, like, that's how we were when, like, I came out, like, my junior year, sophomore year kind of thing. But, you know,
Wow.
and like, that mattered to me. And of course, you hear little slick things here and there, but no one's
Sure.
like, "Who's stupid?"
Mhm.
Like, and of course, once again, I will never out anybody, but a
Yeah.
lot of times I notice, like, yeah, I smoke weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. And we all was smoking. I was a plug, but we was plugging, like, but I see,
Just saying as a side note, we
like,
we are recording this on 420, just
"Hey, okay?"
coincidentally.
Like, "It's 4:20, okay?"
Yeah.
Like, we outside, but
Yeah.
I see like, my friends are telling their parents.
Yeah.
But they're not telling their parents they're doing it. They're telling their parents, "I'm doing it." But I'm not just doing this, so I'm playing basketball. I'm doing this. I'm in school. I'm doing chorus. I'm
Mhm.
doing everything else too, taking care of my siblings, blah, 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 blah. And it's so easy
Mhm.
to say that negative thing, or easy to say that one thing that I'm doing to try to bring me down.
Yeah.
So it's kind of those things where it's like, you're good. The friend group that I had, I feel like it was just always something.
Mhm.
And I didn't really understand what it was, and, like, the older I got, especially once my dad passed,
Yeah.
and it's like, now I'm feeling, now I'm dealing with it. Now I w I w I was at basketball practice, I
Yeah.
go take a nap, and now my coach is telling me my dad passed, and it's like, "What?" And once again, me and him talked every day. This is like, at the time, I had an Android. Red battery full. When I say battery full, memory full, like, can't send, like, text messages, none of
Yeah.
that, and it's like, I'm missing his call, but I've been so involved in my family, so involved with my parents. We all know some people shouldn't be together,
Mhm. Mhm.
and, like, like, for me, if anyone can relate to somebody holding so much in, or, like, raging, or knowing you're like, those fights or those things where I remember my parents tugging over me, or what, dealing with that true
Yeah.
real life stuff, and eventually reaching a point where I'm like, "No, if you're like, I don't wanna be involved." And so that moment's very monumental for me, because I'm a person where I never put myself first. Ever, ever,
Mhm.
ever, ever, ever. Everything I did was for my family, like, or making my dad proud, or basketball, all that stuff is knowing that it's an end game. I have to get here.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to do the military so we could get up in there, but my parents were like, "No, I get it. You came from war, this, that, and other. Give yourself a chance." And
Mm.
I always considered my family. When I got my first little check from the schoolhouse, I'm giving it to my
Yeah.
dad. I'm giving it because I
Oh.
know you got these bills, you got this, that, and the other, like, to handle all that stuff. I took care of myself for a long time,
Mhm.
and when he passed, it really hurt me, because I was giving myself to I was, taking care of a homie, pouring into that. I was gonna call him back,
Mhm.
and we missed each other for, like, a couple days, and then when he died, I was like, it really threw me off, because once again, my dad had diabetes and all this, and he was older,
Yeah.
but no one's thinking their parents gonna die,
No.
and he was very morbid. Like, he always say, like, "I'll die one day," or, I'm gonna die," and
Yeah.
it's like that, like, okay. Yeah, I hear you, but for it to happen in that moment,
Yeah.
it really threw me off. It was my junior year,
Yeah.
like, like, when I say I'm ready to live my best life,
Yeah.
and it was a week before my birthday,
Yeah.
and, like, literally once again, my coach told me because somebody called him, not my mom. No one came to
Mhm.
get me. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're all
No one
good.
came to get me. No one my coach told me. Once
Yeah.
again, this is my coach, like, he my coach. Not and this is, like, my junior year. He didn't coach me for 3, 4 years. I was a transfer from JUCO. I
Yeah.
worked hard to get that scholarship, but even then, he didn't want me just me, he wanted me and another player,
Yeah.
but she ended up going somewhere else. I almost went to, like, an art academy school to play
Yeah.
basketball, but that was in California. My family couldn't afford California. My dad's like, "Why are you going all the way out there? How will we see you?" Mind you, they never really came to games like that because they worked or the drive and the distance. Like,
Mhm.
I was my woo. I was
Yeah.
a person where I know I could be great,
Mhm.
but I was always scared to shoot. Or when it comes to me, I'm shoot when I say I'm balling, scoot, scoot, boo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm killing it. The
Yeah.
games that they came, I'm like, woo, eating it. But
Mhm.
it goes back to those getting poured into. It goes
Yeah.
back to knowing that if if it was somebody else, they'll show up, or seeing other people's families going out the way and this, that, and the other. Like, it was rough. It was
Yeah.
rough. And it's like my like it's like it was hard for me, and
Yeah.
then I still played. Some people I know some of my family members, they
Wow.
couldn't finish school. I was gonna finish. First of all, I gotta
Yeah.
graduate.
Yeah.
I gotta graduate. Secondly, I have a I'm playing basketball. It's my
Mhm.
team. Like,
Mhm.
at the end of the day, here's my coach now. Mind you, I cried in his hands. It's my senior year now.
Yeah.
I'm not playing anymore because I had an extra semester, and
Mhm.
I'm like, "Are you gonna cover my room and board?" And he's like, "I gotta see." And it's like, I give you
It's
my
like,
all.
yeah, I'm like, "What?" I just want somebody to show up for Star, like,
It's
I
like,
just want
I
somebody to, like, show up and be like, "Yes, let me try to make your life a little
easier
easier from where I am, like, let me
from
not
where I
leave you
am.
hanging to"
Like,
and yeah.
constantly proving, and even then, like, one of my old friends, she got caught up in some mess, but she was a great basketball player. I'm like telling my coach, like, "You need to put her on." Mind you, her other homies, they gone. No
Mhm.
one's there, no one's locked in, no one's focused on that. But I knew it's deeper than just that. Like, "I got you, girl. Come on. We're
Yeah.
playing, we homies now, we're playing." When I left, whatever happened, what didn't happen, that's not my business anymore.
Mhm.
Because once again, like, everyone has their own life, but I know for me where I wanna end up. One of my homies, she flunked out. Child, I
Yeah.
wasn't flunking out, 'cause where I'm going back home for what? To do what?
Yeah.
To do what? Okay?
Yeah.
Girls and, like, yeah, I was playing and ripping and running, but no, 'cause I have an end game regardless, an end game.
Mm. Mhm.
Like I
Mhm.
said, I was gonna graduate
Yeah.
regardless because I know that's I the least I can do is that.
You didn't have a
Prove
backup plan,
I
it
did
sounds like.
like, this is it, this is it. We have to do this because
Yeah.
what am I gonna do? Go home? And literally, after graduating, went to be with somebody, a
Yeah.
cousin who told me, "Come on, I got you." Back home again,
Damn.
back home again, back home again, back home again. And now this hurts because I'm home in a house that is no longer. I'm literally home in a place where now I'm taking care of my family, but I didn't even know. Like, we weren't broke, but we were like, it didn't matter because shawty took it and it was that.
Yeah.
Then the money gone. And it's like,
Yeah.
"But you're still taking my money, my change." and telling me we don't have anything. And it's like, then you hear from a family friend, and it's like, "What you mean? She broke? She ain't broke." And it's
Wow.
like, once again, everybody's entitled to
Yeah.
whatever, when there's life insurance, when there's this, when there's that, whatever. But, like, I know for me,
Mhm.
my dad always considered me, because I always
Yeah.
consider him. I know for me, of course, even if I blew the money, whatever would have happened, right is right and wrong is wrong.
Mhm.
And it's like, my own mother,
Yeah.
it's like, "Dang, tell me how you really feel." And it was hurting. It was very hurtful. And the worst part is my sibling recorded my dad having his heart attack and pretty much dying. He didn't make it all the way to the hospital. Like,
Wow.
he like he
I'm sorry.
started like, and the crazy I'm like, "Man, you a nurse. Why didn't you?" And he worked at one of the best hospitals in Georgia. Like, literally, the best
Yeah.
hospital in Georgia.
Yeah.
And, like, at the time where we lived, that was, like, an hour from where he worked. So the hospital that that hospital, that's, like, 10 minutes away from the crib. But we
Yeah.
already know that ain't the hospital to go to. So he
Yeah.
comes home, and it's like, wow, he's chilling. And then you hear, like I said, it's not, the deeper things to get into details, but
Yeah.
I'm like, listening to it was even worse than
Damn.
experiencing it. And
Yeah.
so it's like, and of course, I've only listened to it like 2 times, 1 time, but,
Yeah.
like, that even hearing that was, like, crazy to me, because it's like, "What?" And so then we get older, and my siblings, they're like, we're all estranged. Like,
Yeah.
we're not close. Like, me and my older sister, we have our own relationship, like, say that's right,
Yeah.
like that. But even then, she has other siblings from her
Yeah.
mom, like 10
Yeah.
siblings damn near. And then me and my brother, once again, that competition feeling of mama, as I can only imagine how he feels, because for
Yeah.
me, it was just my beef with my mom. It had nothing to do with him, but it also had to do with, you treat, the feeling of, you treat him better than me, kind of thing.
Mhm.
And it's like, and then and then my little sibling, you just, they're just there, but they're close in age.
Yeah.
So I'm like in the middle here, not really, like, by myself, kind of, sort of. And then you realize too, if people don't understand what you're going through, you're just looking crazy. You're looking like the crazy one. I went
Yeah.
from Star, who has everything together, Star,
Yeah.
who's this, that, and the other, and Star, like, the dependable friend,
Yeah.
to Star, who literally, like, doesn't have that support or doesn't have that love. And
Yeah.
it seems crazy. Like I said, I had a friend, we were great friends from what I thought. My
Mhm.
sibling was, during the time, which understandable, going through their own thing, and I was 3 hours away. I said, "Hey, could you go check on on my sibling? They're gonna kill themselves."
Wow.
And did that friend ever check on the sibling? No, they didn't. And that hurts, because, like, that's like, that's rough. And it's like, here I am by myself, sleeping at the job, because, like, I gotta figure it out, or knowing, like, this is what I want for I know this is not where like, I know it's so
Mhm.
much more than that, but how can you pour into yourself when your biggest fan literally isn't there anymore? And I told
Yeah.
myself, "I'll give my
Yeah.
love to my mom, all
Yeah.
my love that I have for you to," and I was going, like, but now you're being used and
Yeah.
misused, and
Yeah.
the people who are around you don't wanna deal with you, because they're not used to seeing you like this.
Yeah.
And the people who don't understand or can't empathize with you, like, they they're there, but to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And of course, once again, putting your feelings on other people, or or doing all of that, it's a lot that some people can take, some people can't take. But
Yeah.
I'm the person that I can take it.
Well,
I
you
can
can
take
take
it.
it.
and you show up, it sounds like you
I
show
can
up
take
for
it.
other people with that, and it's like, I relate to that as someone who's, like, able to show up for other people in their worst moments or hardest moments, and, like, I think just sometimes people struggle with, like, seeing the star or seeing the
Yep.
mat or seeing the person who's like, they're like the rock when
Yep.
someone needs it. They struggle seeing that person struggle or showing up for that person, and like that
It's
hurts.
hard.
It hurts because
And
you're always gonna keep showing up because that's who you are for people. But it's
yeah.
like, will people show up for
Show up.
you? It's like that's always gonna be a question mark.
And that's basically it. Or even then when they show up,
Yeah,
it's like now, but not
yeah,
now, because I'm always grateful for, the reach out and stuff, but it's like,
yeah,
you you ripping and running, you doing your thing, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You're
yeah.
doing your own thing, and it's like, if I did my thing, you would stand on business.
Mhm,
You owe me $5, I'm not like, "Hey, where my $5?" I owe you
mhm,
5 you got that $5?
mhm,
You got that
mhm.
$20 for gas? But you're not putting nothing up in here. Like, it's times where I always say some people can't really accept where they are, and it's easier to blame you in the situation. And for me, it's like trying to prove yourself, improve yourself, improve yourself, and wonder, like, dang, like, why did like, what is this? Or why wasn't I invited? Or it's one of those things where it's mm, like people say you can reach out. Okay. But now I'm reaching out, reaching out, reaching out.
Yeah,
Why aren't you reaching out? And it's
yeah,
not like, "Oh, the phone works both ways." No, legit, like, no, because I built my own relationships. Like I said, regardless of how people feel and what people have going on, like, I extend myself because
mhm,
I know that's the energy that I would like back. And the unfortunate thing is sometimes some people have underlying feelings, or sometimes
yeah,
people don't realize your worth until the person who they chose over you isn't that person.
yeah,
Or
yeah,
isn't what they thought it was.
yeah,
And it's like the story of my life. That's why, like, the joke now that I thought about is like, always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
mm,
Because
mm,
or it's like always number 2, not number 1.
yeah,
And it's not, "Oh, well, woe was me," 'cause it never that. I know I know who I am, but I have to be that. And sometimes people just can't be around you because you're just that girl or that guy, or you're just
yeah,
that person.
yeah,
And it's easier to just talk once again about your faults, to talk about where you came from, or with your problems and your issues, because they like they're not happy with themselves. And instead of like taking accountability or ownership, they'd rather bring
yeah,
you down.
yeah,
And like for me, not having support like that, and then being support for some people, like, or knowing like I go out my way and it's not the same energy.
yeah,
And it's just really hard. Or even into like being around other people's family and you're like giving your all, but then you have
yeah,
to the realization of that's not my family. Like, the loyalty doesn't last with you, it doesn't lie with
yeah,
you. And I mean, like,
yeah,
it's like, of course, that's their but it's like, no, like, my energy is where we come around, we here, we together, we locked in, we this,
ooh,
we that, we
oof,
here, like, we
yeah,
here, like, when I come, this, like, we showing up, like, we showing up, like, "What's up?" Like, "You have something to say?" Whatever, like, "You got a place to sleep?" We're all together
yeah,
in this, like, everyone's involved. And, like, being forgotten about, or it's like, "Yeah, you cool," or it's
yeah,
like, some people, there's the thing for me is like, I'm
yeah,
gay, I'm bi, I'm
yeah,
whatever, I love
yeah,
love, period,
yeah, same,
okay?
yeah,
I love love, period. I'm not a person where I'm gonna, lick up and you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
in front of people. But also too, I take care of mines, okay? At the end of the
yeah,
day, I take care of mines, always have. Okay, so much so, like, that's why I'm like, "Girl, boy, listen, I'm here giving money to these men too, okay?" Like,
yeah,
I was like, "God damn, like, shit, who gonna give me money?" But it's like, and then like, you think you're doing your best,
yeah,
or if somebody hit you with a, "I didn't ask you to," or you realize, "Damn, I'm getting played," and it's
yeah,
like, "Damn, I'm not," like,
yeah,
well, now we're back to Survivor. I'm watching myself not being who I thought, "Oh, we not locked in, like, we're not cool like that?"
yeah,
And people are like, "No, why? She's she thought this or she thought that, and it's like, "No, I didn't think anything. This was, like, literally, like, we was cool. At least I
You
thought we were
just
cool.
like, you don't have
Like, I
you
know how to
don't
read the room."
yeah, yeah, it's like but it's interesting because, like, one of the things that I feel like I've developed in life is, like, I will have and maybe this is just, like, being from New Jersey, living in DC, but, like, I feel like I don't know if trust issues are not, like, really it, but, like, I just feel like, I'm like it's like the street smarts, like, you're automatically skeptical even if you're gonna show
Legit.
people love, which is, like, not a healthy way to live where you're like,
Yeah.
"Okay, is this person trying to get me?" Or I feel like even, like, watching Survivor, you're like, "Oh, this person might be playing me in some kind of way," in a real life situation, and it's like, I don't know, it's interesting because one of the things that just jumped out to me as you're saying all this is that, um, something I swear I've experienced is that I think sometimes when people experience you like Star, if you meet people and they experience you, the way that they justify that rather than being like, "Star loves me, Star's amazing, Star's showing up for me," it's like, "Oh, that's just how Star is with everyone."
Yeah.
And I say that
Yeah.
because like, I've
That's
experienced that
legit.
with people, and I'm like, "No, no, no, I'm not like this with everyone," or
No,
I'm
legit.
like, as like just like you, a lovely person, but like,
That's it.
when you give yourself to people, like friends, or dedicate your time and your energy to them, it's not just because you have unlimited time and energy and joy
Legit.
and all of it to give, it's like actually an investment, so then it hurts when
Legit.
they're not, like, reciprocating that at all, and it's hard
That's
then on top of all
it
of it
is.
where it's like, just to even mention it, especially, like, you know, like, for me, my dad passed in 2017, so it's like, I still carry a lot of that weight and, like, the biggest supporter in my
Legit.
life, like and, I have to show so much love to my mom, but, like, like my dad, it's just, like, a
Yeah.
lot like what you're saying, and I feel like there's so much weight you carry, and then that's, like, it almost should be, like, bonus points for the
It's a
fact that you're
tipping
still able to
it's a
show up for
buildup.
people. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
buildup.
yeah. Oof.
And yeah, and I agree, and I think that's like, that also adds to, like, the person that I am because,
Yeah,
it was ugly. It was
yeah,
ugly, but it's imagine if with people literally picking you up
yeah,
and not picking you up like I said, everyone has their own thing going on, and I'm never gonna knock that. But also too, once again, we all have the same 24 hours in a day.
yeah,
We all have the same this and that. We all decide and choose what we wanna do. It was
yeah,
a time where it was a time where, like, I was by myself
yeah,
and I'm having all these accomplishments. And it's easy when people are seeing you do it and then you actually succeed or you actually do everything that you said you would do. And I'm a person that's exactly what I am. If I
mhm,
say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And now you're celebrating by yourself.
yeah,
Or someone's like, oh, well, you could have did it yourself. Okay. So what? Have nobody show up?
yeah,
Or even then, like, I know people have friends that like go out their way to make sure they're good because I would.
yeah,
Or like people parents who like, make it a big hoorah and a big hooray. Or like once again, if it was you in my shoes on Survivor, as
yeah,
a parent, you would go all out.
yeah,
Or like
yeah,
watching once again, like I'm outside right now, but that's because I was inside watching alone. And it's not, oh, I never watched Survivor before. It's not all this. And of course, once again, you're gonna have people who are like putting you out there. Now it's like, oh, like they know you or like,
yeah,
oh, or like hitting you up out of nowhere, or like, hey, I did it, and it's like, oh,
yeah,
I applied, and it's like, I make it look easy, huh?
yeah,
And that's
yeah,
it. That's the
yeah,
that like I make it look easy, and that's why it's like this, and that's why it's like that, or like I know, like I know for myself,
yeah,
I like, it's deeper than just it's for silver. It's like, no, don't give up on yourself. Don't like stop it. Don't
Yeah.
do this. Don't stop regardless
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
that one time will be that one time. That's why it means so much to me because I wasn't seen for so long. And it's like somebody saw me. And that's what like everybody wants to be seen. And it's like when you're around people that you love, and I'm a person where I'm clapping, I'm there, like I'm showing up, I'm pulling up. And
Yeah.
at my lowest, no one even knows my address.
Yeah.
And it's like those moments there. So like I'll stay home watching TV. I'd rather watch TV. I rather
Yeah.
watch TV. It's safer. You're at the crib. You don't got to worry about this, that, or other.
Yeah.
But even then, like people don't. It's not even people don't go out their way. It's more so like you don't understand until you're going through it, and then it's
Yeah.
I get it now, or I'm not crazy. I'm not crashing out. It's not. I'm
No.
not just unhinged. Like it hurts, and it's
Yeah.
like when losing some. My dad kept everyone together. He was the glue that kept everyone together.
Yeah. I was gonna say it sounded like he was the glue, right?
And it's like here I am now trying to make sure we're all together, and whatever underlining feelings that other folks have, or my family have, as to why it's not that. It's like, damn, what did I do? And it's like, I would rather someone tell me like, I have beef with you, or this is what you did, whatever, whatever. And it's like, it's so easy to let me go, or
Mhm.
not, or like what,
Yeah.
and it's just like, really, I have like, is it me? Am I the problem? Like, am I the drama? Because it's that
Well,
going
no.
back again. Like, I wasn't checking for anybody. I literally was just happy to be there because I literally used that time on Survivor to process my grief.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not that
Yeah.
I didn't know how to swim. My brother literally was going to Kennesaw. He's literally he's a lifeguard. Like we would
Wow.
swim. We're swimming in the ocean. Like he was a lifeguard since like he was 15, 16. Like we all worked. We
Mhm.
had no choice. Like because once again, now our breadwinner is gone, and like I said,
Yeah.
like my mom, she worked, but she was wanted to be taken
Yeah.
care of,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like my dad would give her allowance, and once again, people are looking outside in,
Yeah.
and it's like and they're telling her advice and telling her things, but she doesn't get it. Like it's sad. Like even now, you hear some when I'm hearing her repeat the stories and repeat the stories of my dad and all this other stuff, and it's like I promise you, no one's jealous because the people are laying next to their husbands,
Yeah.
and it's like you're not invited to the family trip. And it's like, "Are you coming to the family trip? How would I come if I didn't know?" Last time I checked, when you're going on cruises or resorts, you have to get the agent,
Yeah. Yeah.
or you're calling and checking in on people, and their kids feel away, and all of a sudden now, you're not getting those calls. You're not you're not getting those no one's calling. No one's calling at all. The phone doesn't ring. It doesn't blink. I'm reaching out. I always reach out. I'll always reach out because I like to show love. Number 1 and 2, I like
Yeah.
to check in. I'm just that person. I just like I do. But then you realize you're the only one reaching out, or they're the only one checking in,
Yeah.
and or like even when you have stuff going on, you're still there for people,
Yeah.
but people have stuff going on there,
Yeah.
and they're not there for you, and it's just really hard because I don't know, like, how to process that sometimes because it's like,
Yeah.
do I change myself? Do I stop doing this, or do I fall back, and now I'm falling back, and it's like, oh, it's like, so
Yeah.
when you see me on the Survivor, I'm like literally just chilling. So when I'm watching it and
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the beef? Like, I don't have any problems with you. I never had a
Yeah.
problem with you.
Yeah.
Or when you see like me going to certain people and telling certain things, it's not because I'm dumb, or
Yeah.
delusional. It's because I literally thought we were locked in,
Yeah.
or like asking like, who do you see in the final three? And it's like you're playing the game too hard, and it's like, no, I'm not. There's
Yeah.
literally 7 of us left, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I don't do what I'm told. I'm not a person that's just gonna follow the leader,
Yeah.
especially when it's not making sense. Like,
Yeah.
if the math
Yeah.
is not mathing,
Yeah.
and then no.
Mhm.
And it's like, after the fact, it's like, "Oh, I didn't know if I could trust you," and it's like, "Did you give me a chance?" And it's like, I know it's easier said than
Yeah.
done when people like, "Well, you voted Mitch." Yeah, I did, but I mean, like, respectfully, like, I mean, it's trifling. It is trifling.
Yeah. No,
Like,
yeah.
sorry, like, it be like that sometimes,
Yeah.
but it's like, but we weren't cool like that. Like,
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
trying to be cool, but we weren't cool like that. Or maybe we could have been cool, but like, somewhere in between. It's kind of like the
Yeah.
cool table and the lame table. Who wants to sit at the lame table?
Yeah.
Who
But
wants to sit at the lame table?
it's just like
I do.
I mean, you sit with the whoever I mean, whoever's cool with you, you know what I mean? But it's
Yeah, I'm not a
like,
person that goes for the popular. Like, I'm a
yeah,
popular loner myself, but I'd rather
yeah,
just be with the people. Like, no, like, and it's like, it's just kind of
good
crazy.
vibes.
Yeah,
But
always.
it's like one thing that jumps out to me just as you're saying all this, it's just like how people choose to treat you is not because of you. There are some horrible trash people out there who still get shown all of the
Literally.
love. And I just feel like, and maybe it's because I relate to this, but it's like
Yeah,
you show so much love and you have so much love that you give, not because life is easy for you in any way, but because you just have it. And like, not everyone has that. And it's something that I've
yeah,
kind of come to like, I don't know. I feel like it's still a struggle, but it's just like, I guess I've come to realize like, and I don't, it's like, this is like my brain wrapping my head around it, but like, obviously my heart feels differently about it, but it's just like,
yeah,
okay, I know that like, not everyone has it in them to show up. Like, that's something that's special about me. That's something that's special
yeah,
about you, Star. And then that leads to, like, disappointment of people not showing up for you, but, like, they just don't have that, like, magic sauce that you have to bring, or they don't have, like, whatever it is, not to make excuses for them, but, like, really, they don't
yeah,
have it. They don't have what you have. Now, the ideal situation, and this is where I was just thinking about one of my good friends who, like, she has always shown up for me and always showed me so much love. Like, I met her in college and, like, she just always is like that person who I think like you or like me sometimes, like she's full of all of the love, but not everyone's like always showing up for her.
yeah.
But I think the secret is like you have to find the people who are full of that
Exactly.
love where they could like feed into you and you feed into them. And then it becomes like, let's grow together. And at the same
That's a
time,
fact.
like your dad is, and just like my dad, like they're not with us, but it's like, they're with us, like
Yeah,
everything it's been almost 10 years for me and my dad without him. And it's like,
yeah,
he's still one of my biggest sources of like reassurance or motivation. And, like it's hard, but like,
yeah,
that's where I'm like, whatever it takes to like get through all of the bullshit and everything else,
yeah.
like we have to kind of
Legit.
somehow figure it out. But
Yeah,
I
that's
want
why when
you to,
people see me singing or
yeah,
like I
yeah,
said, vibing or
yeah.
just like in those moments, I guess I do I am turned I'm happy go lucky, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
But once again, I can chill and I do chill and lock in and just like keep it a sec. But also
yeah,
too, it's so much times where I'm in my head so much that I rather just sing or I rather just
yeah,
mind my business. And it's just like realizing, like, of course, once again, the reality of the situation, but also too, is like, do I continue to accept the bare minimum out the goodness of keeping relationships, or do I
yeah.
continue? Or when folks is like, I just hate how people do you, and it's like, yeah, you're one of those people,
Yeah, but
and it's
I'm curious about something because I feel like I've had a conversation with like, even in the last week or the last few days with a friend where I was like I don't even know who we were talking about because 'cause I've had this conversation with good friends so many times, but I'm
yeah,
like, a thing that's been healing for me, um and I'm curious, like, how it lands with you, but it's like, I had to realize on top of realizing that a lot of people don't have the tools to like show up in the ways that like I do or you might or whatever
Yeah.
for other people that we care about. Like I also just like started to say to myself where I'm like, okay, so like so and so can't read my mind. Like I need to start to say like, here's what's pissing me off. Here's the
Yep.
problem. I'm curious how that lands with you. Not even if if it feels like it's relevant, but like that's something
I'll
that
beat
I
a dead
kind of
horse.
find. Yeah, I
I
love that
beat a dead
though.
horse. I beat a
How
dead
do
horse,
you?
but also too, it's
Yeah,
a build up.
I
Like
love
say
that.
something here and there, or like whatever. But also too, I'm really a person. That's why I like that whole like honesty and integrity. I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
respectfully, like let's nip that in the bud. It's like let's say the elephant
yeah,
in the room.
yeah,
Literally, that you're honest and integrity. You're loyal to the people who are in your
yeah.
alliance. You're loyal to the people who you rock with. At the end of the day,
Mhm,
that's the fact. That's just literally
mhm,
the fact. And
mhm.
because respectfully, I honestly say I'm the most. I was the one following the honesty and loyalty thing all the way to the T. But
Yeah,
at that point too, I'm also a person where I'm gonna remember those small
yeah,
parts, or I'm gonna remember like you weren't there for me, or I'm gonna
yeah,
remember at my lowest. This like I'm gonna remember it. And I don't know if it's just being a Libra, holding grudges like my mom, or just whatever. And it's not even holding grudges, just like remembering. And of
yeah,
course, I'm always gonna be accepting and loving and opening. But the crazy thing that I think I get more offended with
yeah,
is the nerve.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm more like, you really think that I'm so this that you can just play with however, and then it's like, "Oh, it's we good?" Or,
Like playing in your face.
"You played in
Like,
my
what?
face."
Yeah.
Like, "You woke up today and now we locked in?" Like, "Wait a minute."
D do you think that's because, like, it's uh, like the outward, like, Star's fun, Star's joyful, Star's like, like, whatever it is. Do you think it's that, or do you think it's like
I think it's a little bit of both, like,
yeah,
because once again, I'll crash out, some
yeah,
folks have seen on Twitter or whatnot, but once again, it's not just a crash out, I'm cussing you out, this, that, and the other. I'm literally gonna tell you exactly what you did, because
yeah,
once again, like, I've showed up, I've done this, I've done that. It's like, I had a friend, I'm like, "Y'all never came to my crib."
yeah,
I've came to every crib, this, that, and the other, and it's too far. 2 hours? So what you think when I pull up?
yeah.
Or or, like
You teleported.
or
What?
once like, I
Yeah,
had somebody tell me, like, you didn't do you didn't give me this amount of money." And it's like, "Okay, well, who's putting money in my pocket?" Or, Because of you, this is why it's like this." And it's like, "No, it's like this because of you, not
yeah,
because of me. I didn't do anything besides be me." So,
mhm,
like like, that's what like, when I don't like people putting stuff on me, or, like, even that I have trigger words. Being
yeah,
called a liar is a trigger word, being
yeah,
called a weirdo is a trigger word, because
mhm,
it's like those are things where it's like, no, it's like it was very offensive. And
yeah,
like, I don't really care about, being called bitches. It's neither here nor there.
yeah,
But
yeah,
call me broke and now we got something to say.
yeah,
Because I do so much that I can. I give my last. And unfortunately some people are realizing, and like, this is a message for you too. Don't like
yeah,
if it's not even giving your last, give your shirt off back. Why? If you're not good, they're not are they making sure you're good? Like
yeah,
you had to prove your worth, but for somebody else it's just so simple.
yeah,
Or like I always said, it hurts me more when it's like, if it was roles reversed, it would like, get a man. We're not doing
yeah,
that here.
yeah,
And it's just like, why is it so easy to like for me to have to accept the bare minimum? Or even then too, if I tell you you did me wrong, why are you telling me what I did to you? You could have been said that. Or we're not talking about
yeah,
me, we're talking about you. And it's like, okay, well, let's
yeah,
keep it a stat.
yeah,
Or once again, we're cool,
yeah,
but why would I give you like you're not gonna pay me back?
yeah,
You're not gonna pay me back, and you know that. So me telling you no, the one time I say no, the one time I say no, you would act like I never said yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay, let's keep it a stack. I never touched it. I will say it's also too on my YouTube, but I never touched the idol. I never touched the idol. I never held the idol. Literally never did. Everyone did but me. Now, once again, yeah, like, it's not, "Oh, well, you gave it to her," or anything like that, like, at the end of the day, she helped me find it. Like,
Yeah.
she helped me open it, like, y'all saw me struggling, it was up until that day that if I didn't figure it out, it would've been gone in the air, okay? Not cocking locking or clocking, but since when have you known anybody to go all the way with a known idol? That's
Yeah.
like, I'm not checking for you. I'm not checking for you. Period. Period.
Yeah.
Literally, you got people looking for idols. You can't look for an idol when it's still one. That's the only like for me as a gamer and survivor.
Yeah.
I'm like, there has to be something in here. Like, where's the rest of them? Like, but once again, like we're not checking for you,
Yeah.
and that's like it's not no tea, it's not no shade, it's not no talking mess. It's the facts.
No.
Like, since when have you ever to the end? No care.
Yeah.
And for me,
Yeah.
the irony is, I'm such a person. I would have played it for anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I literally just wanted to figure it out. And it's not it's just that, like, that was it there. And of
But it's
course, it's
funny to
like
me because I look at the situation and I'm like watching that, I'm like, damn, I love Star. Like Star's just like that's a big thing to do. That's like a big heart, like a big heart to be like, le- and yeah, there could obviously, like you said, like who takes it to the end and does whatever, whatever. But it's like me from my perception, I don't care what anyone else is thinking. I'm like, damn, look at Star. Look how Star is showing up for people. Look how Star is giving of herself. And there's going to be people who don't respond well to that. But
yeah,
the thing is, like, I know there are so many people like me and otherwise who are like, damn, Star. Like, I don't see a lot of stars out there, but look at one right there in front of me. And like, that's big, you know? Like,
yeah,
you can't you only know what you know in the moment, but, like, based on what you
yeah,
know, like, no sane person who understands the nature of being in a situation where you are not eating, in a situation where you are paranoid because it's literally designed to, like, people to come
literally.
for you and
No,
come for
like,
each other.
legit.
Like, that's you I feel like you deserve, like, kudos and credit for that, even if there are people who will be judgmental as if
Yeah,
they know what they would do in that situation, you know?
yeah,
But, like, I feel like what I'm hearing is, like, that's just, like, that's just who you are on the deeper
yeah.
level throughout your life, and then it's on display in a way where then, like,
Like,
people who
yeah,
don't
on
have
a
any
bigger
context
level.
are, like, judging you or whatever,
Yeah, basically. And it's like, no, and it was like, "Oh, you just gave," and it's like, "No." Or it's like, no, like for like I said, hearing the story
yeah.
of everything coming out, for me, it's like it was deep because, like I say, it takes me back to being younger, and it takes me back to the class of, having
Yeah.
to be first grade or struggling, or even then too,
Mhm.
like, knowing those struggles, even, like, of course, not with, autism, but knowing the struggles
Yeah.
of growing up as a dark-skinned woman, growing up
Yeah.
as being gay and having
Yeah.
to make your own space, growing up as a person where I have to work for everything I get, or I have to work for
Yeah.
everything I got, growing up as a person where your parents might not be able to afford the Jordans and be able to afford the this and that. You're getting the hand-me-downs and, like, you're squeezing
Mhm.
your feet and,
Mhm.
like, or, like, not having
Yeah.
like I said, I'm a big person of just because it's a big house doesn't mean you know what's in it.
Ooh.
Like, you don't know my
Yeah.
struggles.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. And it's like, it's hard because like I said, I'm never jealous or envious of anybody. Like, very happy, very grateful for everything like anybody all around. But when I see those moments of families getting together, or like I said, with the watch parties and stuff like that,
Yeah.
so I had my own thing going on back during that time,
Yeah.
but at the same time, regardless of what it was, no one wanted to celebrate me.
Yeah.
Like, like, whatever feeling you have, y no, like, I'm watching the episodes either by my or the next day, like, or not watching at all, and when I pull it up, it's like, "Okay, you invited me, you took the time." That's why I always appreciate Cedric.
Yeah.
Like, he took the
Wow,
time.
yeah.
He took the
Mhm.
time. I appreciate Bryson Wynn. They took the
Wow.
time,
Yeah.
like, but, like, and Imma show up. You ask me
Yeah.
to I'm always gonna show up because you
Mhm.
didn't have to, and Imma show up because 'cause Imma show love. But
Yeah.
it's like That's what, like I said, as a Libra, as a person who's be saying on business and whatnot, I am very
Yeah.
open-hearted. I do forgive, but I don't forget, of course. But
Yeah.
it's like it's kinda like it's so easy to hold certain things against me
Mhm.
versus whatever. So if we're talking like, "Oh, well, you said my name," it's like, "Maybe, well, you was manipulating me and you was playing me the whole time, so what are we talking about when you say the name?" Or even then too, it's like, "Oh, I don't." It was a love and hate relationship. It's like it was never any beef. Like, I promise you,
Yeah.
if it was any beef, it was not with you,
Yeah.
like, at all. And even I had to correct myself. It was a time where we were all on an island, on
Mhm.
during a
Yeah.
merge, and I told myself, I'm like, "Star, don't be a bitch. Like, don't be a bitch." 'Cause I already had a preconceived notion, I'm not gonna say of for who, but I said, "Don't be a bitch. Go. Do
Mm.
that. Go and do that." Because, like, what are you really mad about?
Yeah.
And, I talked to the person, whatever, neither here nor there, but, it was, deeper than whatever, but, like, respect, or even the people who took their time to reach out to somebody like, "Hey, I just want you to know this episode, I'm about to cuss you the fuck out." And it's like, no one
Yeah.
went out no, it wasn't like that on my end. And it's like I said, I don't care. It is what it is, but it's one of those things where it's like, how important am I? Or was I ever important at all? Or even into having to prove myself again, my value to get that, or to finally get to the where we are right now, or to get that call back, or to get that invite, or
Oh, yeah.
like to be there. And even then too, everyone has their relationships. It's not, oh well, she's
Yeah.
just mad because she didn't build a relationship. Blah, 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 blah. But it's like, okay, well,
Well, that's where it's like, you're already I mean, just, like, in hearing you, it's like, Star, like, you are your value is always gonna be there, like, regardless of what other people think, and I know, like, what you're saying, which is like, "Am I even that important to you?" But it's like, you're just as important as you always are, like, you're always
yeah,
gonna
clock
be
it.
and that's where I'm like, Star is such a perfect name, thank you, grandma, for, like
Facts.
for
Grandma
that,
facts too.
because it's like, that's who you are, and you're gonna
Yeah,
shine either way, like, no one could dim that star,
that's
dim
a
that
fact.
light, even if it
Literally.
feels like it, but
Yeah.
it's like this is where I wonder for you, like and you mentioned, like, Bryce and Wen and Cedric, but, like, who and I don't even mean in the survivor community, but, like and your dad obviously falls in this category, but, like, who has, like who do you feel like is out there who, like, makes you feel like that star, who makes you feel like your best self, who actually sees you, even if it's not everything, like, who kind of gives you that feeling, or who
Myself.
has given you that? That's what ma but that's amazing. What do
Yeah,
you do for
myself.
yourself? Like, what's
Like, as
that?
I said, like, I, like, have to, like the karaoke, of course. I do love a good song. I do love a good musical. Like, put me in your next theater.
Since you've
Like,
been gone.
put me in your next theater, put me in your next
Yeah,
movie. But, like, no, legit, like, myself, because,
yeah,
like, I always have to I had to be the person to bring myself up. I had
yeah.
to, like, even as open as you can be with anybody, or as open
Mhm,
as you can be in general, you never really know how the person really perceives you, or you never really know if
mhm,
they're using you, if they're really there just to be there, or if they really do care. Or once again, somebody could say you're the greatest person in the world today and then call you a terrible person tomorrow. And
mhm.
it's like those things matter. And it's like, for me, I remember it's like I told somebody one time, I'm like, "I love that you don't make me feel stupid." And then a couple days, like a few times later, I was a stupid ass bitch.
Ah,
So with that being said, it's like those things is like, when you trust and believe that people care,
yeah,
maybe they don't. Or it's like, tell me how you really feel. And it's
yeah,
like, you can go out the way, you can try to prove yourself. And it's like, when I told somebody, I said, whatever it is, just don't leave. They said they
mm,
were here. They're not
right,
here. They're not
yeah,
here.
yeah,
And like, whatever the reason is for them not being, here, like, it's like, damn, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying? It's like, because in the time frame for whenever that happened, like, a lot happened to me to get here.
yeah,
And, we always we always think and know what we want for our future, and
Yeah.
I'm a person, I always have a plan. There's always a plan, there's always something else. I'm very ambitious. I'm a person that I always get it. I'm a person that always has to, like, work hard for it and do what I gotta do, whether it looks ugly, whether it looks bad, whether I'm cleaning the toilets today, I'm signing
Yeah.
on this TV tomorrow. I'm gonna do it to get where I need to be. And it's like when in my lowest moment, I thought, like, I'm like, "Here you are."
Yeah.
And, it's like, "Damn, bro."
Yeah.
Like, "Damn, bro." And it's not like, "Damn, found myself here again, how to do this and how to do that," because I know the right people come into my life. I know people are gonna
Yeah.
be there, but it goes back to now, like you said earlier, now your guard is up, or now you're
Yeah.
questioning, or now you self like, "Am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? Is it
Yeah.
because it is? Is it because it is? Is this is"
Is someone gonna, like, take my
eh,
kindness and turn it
yeah,
mistake it for weakness and then, like, try to take
yeah,
advantage? Yeah.
yeah, and it's like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm an angel.
Yeah.
'Cause, like I said, I have my faults and my own wrongs too, but we all do. We're all healing,
Yeah.
we're all learning, and it's like when 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 people get grace or give grace, I don't get that same
Yeah.
kinda thing. And if I do, it's after the fact, after I worked hard, after I did this, after I did that. Like, it's one of those things where if I told you, "How about you wear that red one?"
Yeah.
And then you call somebody else, and they're like, "Where's the red one?" And it's like, "I just said that."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Kinda thing. And of course, everybody, like, extra opinions, their opinions,
Yeah.
whatever. But it's like, it really is me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
And it's like I have to be open to caring, like, open to accepting what it uh, what I'm given, because if not, then how it's gonna look when I say no,
Yeah. Yeah.
or now you're feeling away because I'm standing on my business. But it's like, I know I deserve more. I know I deserve
Yeah.
better. I
Yeah.
know there's great people in this world. I know this is not the end for me. I know I'm not never gonna stop being me. And like I said, I came a long way,
Mm.
Like, of course, like, yeah, she was a player back in this stuff. It's like, okay, well, but then when I settled down,
It's not
and even then
yeah.
too, I just I was giving love, okay?
Yeah.
The love was loving. It's not my fault. Like, everybody wanna settle with me.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't trying to be with you. Like, we locked in, we cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, like, the end game is the end game at the end of the day. And then when
Yeah.
you get to your end game and realize that you were never the end game, it's like, damn, hold on, or like I said, everyone has their own thing that they have deeper inside, deep down inside, or how they see for
Yeah.
their lives and stuff like that. But I'm a true believer of, like, to do it.
Yeah.
You wanna be a lawyer?
Yeah.
Be a lawyer. You wanna be a
Yeah.
doctor? Be a doctor. You
Yeah.
wanna do this? Do this. Like, do it. Like,
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, it's a lot. This is a lot. Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah,
like,
we
go for
unpacking
it.
it. We're unpacking
But
it.
no, but it's like it's a lot, but it's like, 1, it's interesting because like, in a year from now, in 2 years from now, like, it's
Yeah, and that's a
insane to me
true
that
believer. I'm a true
but
believer of that.
yeah, because it keeps evolving, but even then, like, you're talking about the survivor experience, it's like 2 like, almost 2
2
years
years,
ago,
yeah.
you were out there doing that, and it's like, you've grown already so much in that time,
Legit.
or, like, there's so much that's happened. Is
Yeah.
there anything that you're most proud of?
It's like I've had so many accomplishments, but that's, like, because I'm a go-getter. So
Yeah.
I'm a person where it's very hard for me to celebrate me
Yeah.
or celebrate myself and be like, You did that, girl,"
Yeah.
because that's just what I gotta do.
I
Like,
mean, there's, like and then there's, like, the next thing, it's like, "Okay,
yeah, I'm always
what's
on the
next?"
next thing. I'm always on,
Yeah.
like, "Okay, now I gotta do this, now I gotta do this," because once again, it's levels to it's like, people got plans. And
Yeah.
it's like, so sometimes it's very hard, or even into coming from where I come from, that's just what you do. Like, you just
Yeah.
do it. Like, just do it. And so I would say, I think for me, I'm most proud of the fact that I actually am here. I'm here, and like, I'm not and I'm not sad on some, oh, woe is me, or on some my dad
Yeah.
died and I have nobody, or oh, no one's checking on me, or oh, I why why me? And it's
Yeah.
like, or drinking and getting sad and cussing my mama out because she took
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, so, or like getting upset because this, it's I'm proud of myself because this I'm here, and it took me so long to get here to where it's like, yeah, I still have my moments where I'm talking and stuff like that because people really be having me messed up.
Mhm.
But it's like, I'm so happy and proud of myself to be here
Yeah.
in my mental space that I am here, because I realize that it doesn't matter what people think about you. It doesn't matter who's here for you or doing this for you, and or like who it doesn't matter who's not. Appreciating the ones that are, and
Yeah.
appreciating the ones that give me a chance, or the ones that took the time to get to know me on a
Mhm.
deeper level.
Mhm.
Like, cause like I said, a lot of people have a preconceived notion. Yeah, I get loud sometimes, I get lit sometimes, I be on it, I be on it, but also too, I have my
Yeah.
moments where I'm literally chilling, I'm not doing nothing, I'm literally minding my business, or just like vibing,
Yeah.
and it's like taking the time to really like, or even into the times where I am in those moments where in my mind, I'm in my head,
Yeah.
and caring about that, like, like, I don't like, if anyone could understand having a person tell you they don't care about how you feel
Yeah.
to your face, like or you're literally expressing your feelings and no one cares,
Yeah.
or they don't wanna deal with it, or it's too much because 'cause you're always in your feelings, and I feel like that's one of those preconceived notions of grief that people don't realize. There's no time limit, there's no time frame, everyone grieves differently. And I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
like it's always gonna be a process, it's always gonna be a feeling, it's always gonna be like, especially when you come from a place where you don't have, like I said, the full support, or a
Yeah.
place where, like, you're literally your whole world gets shaken up and now you're on your own.
Mhm.
And it's like people come and go, but counting on myself and remembering who I am, and that's somebody had to tell me that. Like, and I think after that, after they told me, everything clicked,
Yeah.
and I it hit me hard because it's like, damn, not even remember, know who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And it's like you're always figuring that out, I feel like. It's, like, constantly, like, all these different
always.
parts of us.
You
But it's like,
like,
I love that because, like, as deep and hard as so much of the shit is, it's like, you're still getting up,
I'm
you're still going
I'm
for it, like
I'm I'm still here, like, but legit,
yeah. Yeah.
legit.
But that's it, and it's like I mean, life is hard, and I feel like
It's hard.
that's like it goes in waves, right? But like the world is really hard right now, I think, for a
Okay,
lot of people, at least a lot of
okay,
people I know. And you like I think that sometimes like we look outside of ourselves to figure out
yeah,
the answer, and it's just like I know I believe it, but, like, hearing it from you of, like, I look to myself, I'm proud of how I show up for myself, like, that means the world because, like, that's all that a lot of times that's all that people have, like, even
legit.
in this community of Survivor, but, like, the podcast, all of it, like, I started listening to Rob as a podcast right after my dad died, and
Oh,
I
really?
dove into the podcast so hard because I'm like my friends who I must have been like 23 or 24 when my dad died, and I'm like, I have all
Facts.
these friends in my head who I'm like, I don't even need to explain myself to, but at the same time, it's like, it's just so comforting at times, and, like, I know so many people do this. The finale episode of Pod Friends, where everyone sent in their, like, 50 plus stories, like, so many people are like that, where it's like, this was the resource or the space for them, and it felt like these people who they didn't even know
or the voices that they didn't know, or like the people they see on Survivor, like you, that they didn't even know directly, like that
Yeah.
lifts them up. Or they realize they could lift themselves up. And like that's sometimes all you
Legit.
have. That's
No,
sometimes
for
all you
real.
have, which I feel like is a strong lesson because it is
It
so
is.
easy to be. I mean, it's dark, but it's like,
It
yeah, it's
is.
so easy to be disappointed by other people, but it's
It
like,
is.
and it's going to happen, and you're gonna be
It will.
surprised by people too, and it will be positive in
And that
so many
yeah.
other ways. Like even like the last few weeks of just being like, "Oh, there's a text from Star. Damn, Star's asking how I'm doing. Like Star's checking
Yeah.
in. Oh my god, here's my picture of my nephews.
Yeah,
I'm just
like
gonna send to Star or whoever." Like
legit.
I don't
And
even
I
know if I
appreciated
sent that to
that so
anyone else.
much.
Yeah,
No,
but it's
and
like,
even then I'm like,
yeah,
"Aw," and it's like
yeah,
seeing that, I'm like, "No." Like,
yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
I
But
loved
that's
it like, I loved it,
yeah.
and it makes me
I
feel like
appreciate it.
I appreciate you too. Like,
Yeah.
like, it really means a lot. Like, that's what I say a lot of times people don't understand. Survivor really did save my life on a bigger
Wow.
aspect. It
Yeah.
saved my life on a bigger aspect because it reminded me, like, you never gave up on your like, like, me signing up, I didn't give up on myself.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
I never signed up, I don't know where I would be because
Yeah.
I already knew I was like the song, I was alone, I was a ghost, like I
Yeah, yeah,
was,
yeah.
and it's like,
Uh, uh.
yeah, that my shit, that was shit, that was shit. But
It
no,
took me a
like
second, yeah.
for
Yeah.
real. And it's like I never blame anyone for my shortcomings. If anything, I'm blaming
Yeah.
myself or holding myself accountable or like trying to see what I could have did better or so on and so forth. And it's like it hurts knowing like sometimes like you have to really question, are they here for this or are they here because of that? And I feel like the people who have seen me, the people who acknowledge
Yeah.
me, the people who show me love really took the time to get to know me or took the time to really see deeper
Yeah.
than just the show or deeper
Yeah.
than just that or deeper than gameplay.
Yeah.
Like you see me, I'm rooting for the underdogs always and forever.
Yeah.
Like I'm always rooting for the underdogs.
Yeah.
Anytime because number one, I'm an underdog.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm that girl. I know that,
Yeah.
you don't gotta tell me that. But
Uh-huh.
once again, it's sometimes where you get so caught up in life and
Yeah.
you need a reminder, like, "It's gonna be alright," or, "Hey, thinking about you," or, "Hey, I see you," and it's like everybody
Yeah.
wants to be seen, like I said. So,
Yeah.
like, for me, when you look at the episode with me and Cedric, he's literally a doctor.
Yeah.
Like, okay, he saves lives,
Yeah.
and he's a accomplished so much in his life. And he's watching himself around all these, like big old high strong guys,
Yeah.
and it's like or being picked last,
Yeah.
and it's like in this moment right here, it's not do you know who I am? It's not where I came from. It doesn't all none of that stuff matters because now you're going back to that person, that back person before where you're sad or you
Yeah.
remember being that kid trying to get out of your situation and whatnot. So I have to tell myself sometimes, like, remember where you did come from because you have
Well,
came
yeah.
far. And
Yeah.
that's why, like, I think if anything, that's what keeps me going too, because the more I continue to remember, like, you all right, it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
and even like you said, someone told me, like, your dad's always with you.
Yeah.
You
It's
don't need the
scary.
clothes. You don't need the picture, the nicest stuff, but like, you don't need all of that to
Yeah.
always have him with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, there's so much that comes to mind for me, but I was just gonna say, like, just one comment is that there is like you like Star, like you'll never know. And this is again like a thing I've learned that I'm like sharing with you, which is that like you'll never know the extent to the love that people have for you, the extent to the like people
Yeah,
crying with you, whether it is this conversation, whether it's Survivor, like the ways that people like cried over you and felt it. Like that this is something that I'm just realizing because of not just realizing, but I've realized because of podcasting, which is that, like, so often you don't hear from anybody, like,
yeah,
nobody is sending the comments or the messages or, like, letting you know what they think, and then, like, I go to Rob as a Podcast live events, and then I meet people who are, like, literally in tears about a conversation like this, or they're like talking about how if it's like the pride has spoken, or even a conversation like this, like
Yeah,
how they're coming out and like something I said meant something to them. And so I just say that like even if you're not directly receiving all of the love, that it's out there for you.
yeah.
So that was just a
I
comment I wanted to
appreciate
make,
that.
but no problem. But I want to actually go to something else that you're building, or that you've been building, because we haven't even like really talked about it at all.
Yeah,
Just to, like give
unpacked it
some
for real.
space. Not a hoe. Um,
Yeah,
so that's the piece I wanted to come back to, because like
yep,
you mentioned showing
that's
up for
true.
the underdog, and like I really appreciated everything. I mean I appreciated seeing not a hoe. But you could explain what that is. You're holding up the
For
shirt,
sure. This is
not a
shirt,
hoe.
is more to it than that, but
Yeah.
the rebrand is also here because I also, number 1, because, a friend
So
of mine was
yeah,
like, "I don't know if I can rock that," and it's like, "Yeah, because 'cause you're
yeah,
not gonna, like, clock
yeah,
it," but also too, it's like, I do appreciate you, like, and then
yeah,
it's like, also too, like, I'm out here because, like, this is something I've been building for a long time,
yeah,
or thinking about for a long time. Even, like, when
yeah.
of course, they didn't show it because it's like that, but I was already talking about it.
Wow.
But that was way before it, like, on the island, but I would that the idea was already there because the main thing is before sometimes you're just a player, I'm not a player, I just whatever, but on top of
Yeah.
that too, before some people, before they know your name, they already have a preconceived notion of who you are.
Oh, oh, that's so
They're gonna
funny.
call you a bitch or a hoe
Yeah,
and don't even know your story, don't know what you've been through, like, whether you're an ally, whether you've been we're gonna be candid, raped, molested, assaulted,
yeah,
or, a story where you can't even you're not even in the place to process it. And
yeah,
now let's go deeper. So many people have been exposed to certain things
yeah,
in certain life, and and those experiences has ruled their life.
yeah,
So many people there's of course, the era changes, but, like, people are homeless, the kids are homeless, this is that, and the other. People older women, prostitutes, older men, like, so much things where they get taken advantage of. They don't know who
yeah,
to trust. They don't know who to that really cares like that. We know there's, what is it called? Housing where homeless people can go, but there's only so many, like, beds that can
yeah,
be filled out.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so many kids that are exposed at a young age that eventually don't even know they have a chance
yeah,
because no one told them that other opportunities. No one told them they could go to college. No one told them they could do this or do that or other, or they never seen it for themselves. And Navajo represents those people, the kids, even myself included. Navajo represents the voices that have gone unspoken.
mm,
It
yeah,
represents like kids growing. It represents the people where no one knows your story. They don't know your story, they don't know what you've been through. Like I said, whether you're an ally, whether you just respect the thing because 'cause you're not a hoe, or whether,
yeah,
like, you still haven't processed yourself where you are and
yeah,
your trauma,
mhm,
and or you haven't shared your story, and people
yeah,
only assume, or they haven't been through it before, so they don't get it, or they like I said, they're gonna call you a bitch, or gonna call you a hoe before they even ask you your name, or
mhm,
they are automatically don't give you grace, like nothing, respectful, nothing against the strippers, nothing against the sex work, not at all, not at all. Do if that's what you wanna do it,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the people who never had a chance,
oof, yeah,
and that's what it all represents, the grown women, the kids, the people who, once again, even if, like, we see people who are on drugs, and it's like, "Yeah, they on drug," and it's like, you don't even know, like, you really don't know. And you don't know because no one has taken the time to know. And like I said, we know the
wow,
slut walk, but the slut walk
yeah,
is completely different because
mhm,
Navajo represents a bigger, like it's so much bigger. And it's when I say it's so much bigger, it's because it it's it's not just I was raped, it's like
yeah,
my home girl, somebody I know, a cousin, a person, like, it's so much
yeah,
bigger, or like the little kid that you saw in the street and it's like, "What you doing out here at this time?"
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's so much bigger than that. And so when I realized, like, okay, some people I get it. Like it's really bold. Not a hoe is bold.
Mm.
So we're nah. You
Yeah.
can rock the nah. Because
Yeah.
so stay tuned for the nah.
I'm
But
excited for that,
that's
and I, like, really appreciate it because I feel like I saw Nah, Not a Hoe. I
yeah,
saw it, and then I had, like, seen it for a while, and I'm sure I, like, followed it at some point, but then a few months ago, I went back and I was like, "Wait, remind me what this is," and I just appreciated, like, just, like, explicitly how it's showing up for survivors of sexual assault, advocates of sexual
yeah,
assault. I just saw literally the other day, Star, like yesterday, if not the day before, I saw a video on Instagram that was by someone who works as a speaker on healthy relationships and sexual assault.
yeah,
And she had multiple groups of college students stand up and said, okay, who here knows someone or has personally been affected by this?
yeah,
And they all stood up. And basically you saw like how many people were touched by it, whether they were
yeah,
survivors or some knew someone
yeah,
or and then also like how little justice there is for folks. And
yeah.
like I just resonated. There's so many levels that I
So
connect with
many.
you,
It's so
Star.
big. It's so
There's so many levels, but like as a black person, a queer person, a survivor, lover, all the things, like a griever, all of it. But like I worked as a sexual assault
well,
like,
really.
yeah, like, in college, I got involved, like, in supporting survivors and doing education for
I love
students, and,
that.
like, I mean, 1, I was, like, the only well, probably the only black person who was doing it, but also, like, the only man who was doing it at the time, and, like, now
That's
I'm thankful that
clock
that's
it.
changed, but I bring it up
Yeah,
because it's, like, when I see people I saw you doing that, like, speaking up in that way, I'm just like I knew I loved Star. So
yeah,
I'm just like here to say from like all the people who have been, you know, positively affected and all the people who will be for, everything you're doing with Not a Hoe, like thank you for that because so many people need that. And I'm sure
yeah,
again, like I'm always amazed that like obviously there are people who don't speak up or they're
yeah, and
nodding their head or they feel
exact
it for
yeah,
good reason. But like, yeah, you're making such a positive impact with how you're living your life and your story.
legit. And that's
Yeah.
the thing, like being scared or once again coming from a community where you don't talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's and then the fear of talking about it or
Yeah.
the outcome or
Yeah.
who did it or whatever, or even then
Yeah.
too, some people who don't even remember
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
all. And it's like, I feel like all of that plays a big part because, like, for like, ru ru runaway love,
Yeah.
like, that's exactly what happens. You're trying to escape, and
Yeah.
eventually the escape gets so much,
Yeah.
like and once again, like, I know people have their opinions, but we don't know, like, sex workers, like, I show love because,
Hmm.
like, you don't know.
Yeah.
You really truly don't know what somebody's like, w how somebody ended up where they ended up,
Yeah.
and who's waiting to be saved, like, really saved, and not everybody wants to be saved, and that's fine. Like, you but some people literally are crying out for help and don't know how or where to go, or don't know what resources that they have, or don't know what what outlets they have because they're in that space where someone's telling them they're not good enough, or someone's
Yeah.
telling them that there's nobody that's gonna love you like I'll love you, and they're getting abused, and they're getting beaten, or they're getting
Yeah.
exposed to certain things, or they didn't have family, or they have family, or the family
Yeah.
whatever it is, like sorry, it's
Yeah.
just a lot because it's
Yeah.
just like these are stories that go untold, or we do hear those couple stories that go viral, and
Yeah.
it does, and like, it's like the awareness is there, but there's only so much that we can do. Like I said, for me, I'm still learning myself how to process it and how to really help
Yeah.
and really have to how to really go in. But I feel like I know what I see for it. I'm gonna get there, and I know it's gonna be big, and I know it's gonna have the support, but also too, that's why I said, like, even if you're an ally and you never been through it, or even then too, you don't know
Yeah.
anybody that's been through it, or like I said, you're just a person like, "I am a hoe. Good for you, girl," or "Good for you,
Yeah.
boy." Like that's cool too,
Yeah.
because like clock it, like represent, and
Yeah.
that's what all it is just like showing love and showing love to people who still deserve love regardless of where they've been or regardless of where they come from. Like
Yeah.
everyone, I feel everyone deserves love.
Yeah.
Everyone deserves space and a time where people care. Like like it's so hard to like not get love,
Yeah.
but show so much love.
And you know what? Like, I'll even just say, because you mentioned like, oh, it'll grow into a big thing. And that's the future vision, but like you're already making an impact with what you've done, with who's
Yeah,
already connected with it or following it or seeing your example. So like,
yeah,
regardless of if you continue on, which I know it's continuing and it's blossoming, it's growing, it's just like you're already it's already enough, and then everything
yeah.
you do on top of that is just extra and more and better, but, like, just wanna acknowledge that. Star, we could be here forever.
Yeah, we gonna do that. We'll talk.
It's just a question I like to ask everybody, which is, Star, if your life were a book or documentary, what would the title be and why?
If my life
And
was a
maybe
book,
and maybe that's looking forward at, like, what you want your life to be.
well, like right now, because I like was saying it earlier, but that's her story though. But life is not a fairy tale.
Yeah.
Like regardless, we go through ups and downs, and it's like wherever I end up in life, I know I'll be successful because I can't fail because I'm not gonna let myself fail. And that right there speaks volumes to me because at the end of the day, whether I'm sad, mad, crying, I know the end game, and I'll cry. I will
Yeah.
woe. I will
Yeah.
woe. But while I'm woeing, I'm also doing what I gotta do. And it's like, okay, it's like all you, all in. We're all in.
Mm.
Because if you're not gonna do anything else, you always gotta bet on yourself. You can't expect people to go hard. You can't expect people to do more, even if you give more. No, you have to be your biggest cheerleader at the end of the day, even in your hardest days. That's why I always
Mm.
say, do a dance party, play your favorite song, sing in the mirror, like do do that for yourself because those little or whatever you like to do, whether you like to read, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I you have to give yourself some type of happiness in this big world of disappointment, and not everything is disappointing, and stuff gets hard, but what makes you happy and I know it's cliche, do what makes you happy, but no, legit, like, you have to because you have to find some joy even in the hardest times, literally,
Mm.
literally, like, people are selfish.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be selfish, but it's also okay to give love regardless of however people treat you, regardless of the you putting boundaries and your boundaries not getting respected or people not showing up for you. Show up for yourself. Cry to yourself. Literally, like I said, my phone don't ring. They ain't gonna stop me. That yeah, that's why when y'all see me on Twitter, I'm here. Like we like or when I'm singing my songs, I'm not singing my songs for y'all. I'm singing my song. I like looking at myself. You know what I'm saying? But also too, I know somebody need that too.
Yeah.
Like a little uplifting. Like even if you don't like this song, play your song. Like that matters. Like love yourself because you have to you have to love on yourself. You have to love on yourself because that's how you're able to give love to others. So that's my story.
I love that. Thank you so much, Star.
Thank you so much, Star, and thank you everyone for being part of this special episode of Pod Friends. I'm so excited for the next couple episodes that are in store this season before the Big Brother season. So thrilled to have you on board. Again, go back to the archives, check out old Pod Friends conversations over the last 5 years. So many to dive into to learn about the people that you listen to weekly or every so often as we cover the shows that we all know and love. But special thanks to the team behind the scenes at RHAP. Again, check out robhaswebsite.com/store to find your Pod Friends shirts, to find your Pride Has Spoken merch, and follow me, get in touch on social media at MattScotchyW on Instagram or on Blue Sky. But without further ado, as we wrap up this episode, I truly just want to thank you for being a pod friend.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.